Investing Public, to provide training programs to the public, such as investment and stock trading courses. Financial Professionals, providing up-to-date training courses for the finance professionals, keeping them well informed with compliance, regulatory requirements, financial products, and best practices. Financial Technology. We develop and provide information technology solutions and management services, curated specifically for our clients' needs. Cybersecurity and Data. We provide data, information, analytics, and cybersecurity services to your business, keeping your data safe. Since our inception, we have trained thousands of participants among the investing public, financial professionals, hundreds of B2B clients, and have continued to forge strong business partners. To find out more about what we do and how we can help you, contact us today. Cybercode is a leading financial training provider and a leading developer of information technology solutions and management services.
The Institute of Banking and Finance, or IBF, was established to foster and develop the professional competencies of the financial sector. IBF is dedicated to empowering practitioners with capabilities to support the growth of the Asian financial industry. It is the national accreditation and certification agency for financial sector competency. Developed by the industry for the industry, IBF Standards is a set of competency standards benchmarked to international best practices. IBF's vision is to be the Asian standard of excellence for practitioners in finance. IBF Standards covers 13 industry segments and offers a wide range of development roadmaps. IBF Standards offers accredited programs to guide a financial practitioner from licensing examinations to professional certification. IBF Standards certifies financial practitioners at 3 levels. An IBF qualified individual is one who is equipped with a broad base of capabilities and foundational competencies to undertake new roles. An IBF advanced individual is one who has acquired applied knowledge and complex analytical skills for specialists or leadership functions. An IBF fellow is an industry veteran who has demonstrated professional mastery and exemplifies thought leadership and commitment to industry. The IBF certification mark, a set of parallel elevation bars, symbolizes the close partnership between IBF and the industry. IBF certification is therefore an industry-endorsed mark of quality that recognizes individuals who exhibit professional excellence, integrity, and commitment to the industry. Be part of the IBF community of certified financial practitioners. Participate in continuing professional development programs. Avail yourself to learning resources to plan your career. There are also opportunities for mentoring and networking. IBF, the Asian standard of excellence for practitioners in finance.
Hey, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in for this Wednesday evening webinar session of the webinar titled Monster Rally or Market Storm. Be ready either way by our keynote speaker, CKA, the co-founder and the chief trainer as Asia Chart, and also the associate trainer of Cybercode, and as well as the IBF accredited trainer who teaching one of the IBF accredited courses. Now, do allow me to do a short introduction of our keynote speaker, CK. Now, in this, CK has been in the market for more than 2 decades, right? And experience trading is focusing more on the growth and also the momentum stock. So like using the tool of the CFD warrants to maximize the return. So as I mentioned, more than 20 over years or 2 decades of trading experience. So he has trained more than few thousand of the students in the region. And of course, with the importance of aligning of the market behavior and developing a strong money management and as well as the trading psychology. So of course, throughout this 20 plus year, and he also have been featured in the media outlet like Bloomberg's Channel New Asia, Straits Times Index, and also the Business Times and many others, right? So, of course, more importantly, like today's topic, right, the monster rally or the market storm, be ready either way. This is something that you want to know, to learn from CK. Now, indeed, this short 2-hour session we want to make it more interactive. You do have question within this 2 hour session, or even let's say CK as a speaker to ask you some question, please try to participate fullest so as you can learn more, right? Because by asking more question, and then you're able to learn more, right? That's what we always say that. So please do that, right? So 2 short hour session, of course, we want to make sure that it's a very fruitful session for all you here, right? So without further ado, I shall cordially invite the CK to take over the session from now, right? So over to you, CK.
All right, thank you, Andy, and welcome everybody to this evening webinars. Now, a lot of investors and traders find the markets very difficult to understand. They are intrigued by the markets. Doesn't seem to be logical. Sometimes seemingly very successful company, where the stock price tank. And on the other hand, company doesn't have very strong fundamentals, continue to actually rally and run. One expert said this, another expert said another thing, and then you're very confused. I can understand that because I've been there before. Now today, I want to help you to make sense of the markets, whether up or down, it really doesn't matter. Recently, in one webinar, somebody asked me, what do you think of the world? Will the world affect the market or not? Think about it right now. US make all-time high. In Singapore today, we broke 4,000. So you notice actually, market had its own language one, all right, and don't try to use logic. So today I'm going to help you to make sense. More importantly, find the stocks that can run either way, up or down. Okay, and in these presentations, I will share with you insights, and more importantly, I've curated many of these case study over the years for you to actually learn better. All right. Before I go further, maybe just a brief background about myself. Who am I exactly? I'm just a retail investor, a private trader. So I'm not a reminder, you don't trade with me. I'm not a fund manager, I don't collect money from you. I'm also not a prop trader. I still got to pay commission when I trade. Very much like yourself, okay? So I'm just a private trader, a retail investor. I began to be serious only in 1998. So what happened was that this is what I discovered. Majority of people actually, when they started out, right, they never take it seriously. They just want to go to the market and then make some money. This is the objectives. And sometimes they invest in certain stocks, right, without much research. In fact, when they buy phone, right, they spend a lot of time going from shop to shop, asking for discount and things like that. And when you come to market investment, right, most of them do not do homework. So this is very odd because you put so much money at risk. So likewise for myself, before that, 1998, I left everything. My wife, I didn't pay much attention. I was just more interested in collecting the 5 C's. For those people can remember, in the early days, we have this 5 C, right? So I was just working very hard. Now, because I feel that my wife is better positioned than myself, because he happens to be working in the bank, and the bank have access to analysts, to the fund manager and things like that. So I thought we should be in good hand. In 1997, she actually lost a lot of money. All right, our portfolio got a big howl. So I was asking, what about the expert in office? He said the expert also lost a lot of money. I said, cannot be what? Because we depend on the expert for guidance, for advice, right? And the expert cannot make it, then what about us? So in 1998, I decided I need to find out for myself. Nobody is more interested in your money than yourself. So I eat, sleep, go to the washroom. Everywhere I go, I carry a book on investment, on trading, to read as much as I can. And I discovered something that actually surprised me. I just want to simplify because later I got time, I'll share with you more. Being normal cannot make money. I repeat, being normal cannot make money. That was my discovery. So no wonder so many people actually lose money because they behave normally. Now, the thinking that go to your job and the thinking that go to investing are different. If you think they are the same, right, then you will contribute to the market. So they have a different language. Market has a different language. As long as you actually understand that, they will reward you. All right, the market will reward you. But if you don't understand the language, you just continue to contribute. I regret I didn't start earlier. I regretted I didn't start earlier because why? I can see the dot-com bubble going on. If you know how to trade, you know how to invest, dot-com was the best time. And it didn't happen again. All right, it's just unfortunate. But I began to make money consistently when the bubble burst because that time I already understood enough. So I make money consistently by shorting the market, which is quite unusual. Most people make money first by going long. I make money first by going short. In 2003 was very easy. I can recognize the baby bull. And it's not very difficult. It's just it's made difficult by what you listen to the radio, by the television presenter. It's actually not that difficult. But most people always feel that it's very difficult and we need the expert to tell us. No need. You can know yourself. One. So in 2003 was then obvious, baby boom, easy money. In 2006, I set up this company called Asia Charts to try to fill the gap in the industry in terms of quality education. So I feel that actually there is lack of quality education up there, and most people end up actually losing a lot of money. Together with my associate, we have trained more than 10,000 students in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Vietnam. These are the places that we actually conduct physical workshop. Now, this is not to impress you, but to impress upon you. I've been around for quite some time. This is the first time I got featured in the paper, 2008 August. First thing first, we don't offer get rich quick scheme. But live our principle in teaching what real trading is all about. It's very easy to tell you the untruth. Very easy. It's difficult to tell the truth. But if you take the trouble to come here, I assume you're more interested in the truth, and I try my level best to share with you. Subsequently, I got featured again in Straits Times. This is half a page. I didn't pay. It is not advertisement. I didn't pay a single cent. Journalists actually call me up. I don't know how they know me. And then interview me, went to the hotel, take photograph. Before I realized it appeared in Straits Times, half a page in the money page. Now, let me just read the caption to you. People looking for get rich quick scheme must not turn to trading around mindset can be very dangerous. I keep on emphasizing why? Because most people have the wrong mindset. Not intentionally, they are not even aware. So they actually have the wrong mindset. And that's the reason why they lose money. Now you got to remember, trading, investing is a skill set. Just like if you cook very well, that is a skill set. You play football very well, that's a skill set. You take photograph very well, that's a skill set. Do you spend some time? Of course. Do you practice? Of course. Same. Investing, trading is the same. So it's not an instant thing. You need time. You need to commit to that. And it's important because I don't want to see people losing money in the market. And that's the reason why I set up a company, Asia Charts, to try to actually help retail investor. Subsequently, I got featured in Business Time, regional newspaper like Morning Post, Xingzhou, Dongfang. Company and myself was featured in Channel News Asia a couple of years back. It was telecast 5 times. It was a 35 minutes program. I was invited by Thomson Reuters to be the keynote speaker for the event. I was also invited by Bloomberg to analyze Shanghai market. I was also invited by Macquarie Research to do market outlook event for them. Now, these are big institutions. I'm sure they have a lot of experts, but they still want my input and insight. And it was extremely humbling experience to be actually invited by them. So just brief background so you know where I'm coming from. Now, because we have 2 hours and I packed a lot of stuff, okay, so I want to quickly jump into it. Now, I'll try to make things as practical as possible. Okay, now when I first started at Times, I first studied Warren Buffett. I'm sure you know, thought to be one of the best investors in the world. But I discovered something. He only made his fortune after the past age of 60. And he started at the age of 13. I said, my God, he started long ago. Now, when I'm serious at the time, I already passed that age, no? Now, he began to make money only past 60, no? Which is actually a very slow process. And I realized his strategy is not a strategy per se, it's a lifestyle. And I realize in Singapore, most of us may not find the lifestyle suitable for them. Don't get me wrong, you still can emulate him, but I feel that majority of Singapore may not like the way he actually lived. Now, this is a filthy rich man, but live like a poor man. He don't have private jet, he don't have mansion, don't have. In fact, he was driving a very old car, all right? Eating very basic breakfast like McDonald's, hamburger, that kind of thing. But don't get me wrong, he's very generous. He donated most of his wealth away. But in Singapore context, the car is so expensive, so it's very difficult to live his kind of lifestyle, very difficult. Every 10 years you change car, that costs a big drain to your resources. And children education, extremely expensive in Singapore, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I feel that actually may not be suitable. All right, so we want to make money and spend it as well. So I decided to look around and see whether anybody else I can learn. I discovered this gentleman, Ed Sokota. And he turned $5,000 to $50 million in 10 years, and that is 300,000% gain. I said, my God, this is huge, and nobody thought about him. He's not alone. Richard Dennis and William Eckert turned $400 to $200 million in 10 years, and that is 500,000% gain in only 10 short years. No, in fact, the result actually beat Warren Buffett. It's just that they don't own a company like that. They just do their own stuff. This is Michael Marcus, 250,000% gain in 10 years, and this is Bruce Kaufner, one of the best hedge fund in the world. It is 7% gain per year for 10 straight years. This is like doubling every year. See, this is insane, and nobody thought about them. Now, there are something common among them which I like. These people make money without having to know what happened tomorrow. I repeat, they make money without having to know what happened tomorrow. And that is what I like. And that caught my attention. So I decided to actually follow them. Now, because you don't need to know what happened tomorrow, right? That's why you don't see them on television. You don't see them on radio. In particular, this guy, he allowed himself to be featured in a book. And he actually stated to the author, I hope that from this interview, nobody will ever come and approach me. He don't want to talk to radio and television producer. No. And this is damn solid. All right. One of the best hedge fund in the world. And so my approach generally in line with them. You really do not have to read too much about the news. Don't need, huh? First thing first, why market go up? Don't make things complicating. Market go up because money is going to the market. That's all. Like for example, today STI go up. Why? Because money is going to the market. In other words, liquidity. Why market go down? Money is leaving. So don't make it complicated. Don't go and find reason. It's just money floating in and out. Huh? There are three major sources of money. First source, people saving, investing more. People like yourself, very thrifty. Do not anyhow spend money. Make money, save, and then you buy share, build your portfolio. First source. Second source, people and institutions saving money for other kind of investment. There are a few major asset classes. If gold is no good, you sell gold, you buy stock. Bond no good, sell bond, buy stock. Property no good, sell property, buy stock. Few major asset classes and money are just floating among them. Huh? Third sources of money, central bank lower interest rate, increase money supply. Now, which do you think is the greatest source of money? Anybody? Just venture to guess? No, just type into the chat. Just type into the chat. For the fun of it, wrong answer, never mind one. Just for the fun of it, at least I know you are there. And more importantly, I want to make sure you really learn. Anybody want to venture to guess? Thank you so much. Thank you for responding, Winky Soon, right? Anybody else? Through interaction, you learn more. This is what research say. Now, the greatest source of money is actually central bank. Central bank print money and then by keying some buttons, they print a lot of money. But central bank do not go to the stock market to buy share with the cheap money they print. No. Their role is to control inflation and ensure employment, ensure economic growth. It is the institution, all right? It is the institution that take advantage of the cheap money. And because of this reason, we are interested what the institution do with the cheap money. Because ultimately, institution is the one that drive the market. All right? Collectively, institution are the one that drive the market. Now, next thing you need to actually understand is the market cycle. So remember, right now there is liquidity in the market. No, there are cheap money because some of the central bank, except for Federal Reserve may cut interest rate in September, but the other central bank are cutting interest rate. No, so when they cut interest rate, they flooded the markets economy with cheap money, and you will eventually go to the stock market. Okay, so this one you must understand. Okay, next thing you must understand, the market is always in an endless cycle. Whatever market is always in an endless cycle, and there are 4 stages to the cycle. Number 1 is basic, number 2 advanced, number 3 distribution, number 4 decline. 4 stages. Now it's easy to actually look at a diagram. This is what we call basic, stage 1, stage 2, advanced. You can call it bull market if you wish to. This is distribution and then decline. You can call it bear market if you wish to, and you go back to basic. Now, if you look at this and look at this, right, we call it bull and call it bear. This is unofficial because Wall Street has its own definition, which to me, not very useful. So that's why I don't bother one. To them, anything rise 20% is bull market. Anything drop from the peak is bear market. It doesn't make sense to me. All right, just use this type of parameter. So it's better to look at a diagram like this. This is bull, this is bear. All right. Now, never stay in 1 and 3. 1 and 3 don't stay there. It's a waste of time. But a lot of people stay there without understanding. Okay. Now, stage 2, you go long. Okay, stage 2, long. Long is not long term. Long is to buy. And stage 4, you sell short. Is it okay? So remember, stage 2, you long. Stage 4, you sell short. Is it okay? All right. Now, if you don't know how to sell short, stay cash. Don't buy anything. Now, this is S&P 500, 2003, stage 1. At that time, they declared Desert Storm, war at the time. They declared Desert Storm, start to run March 2003. And it ran for 4.5 years, super bull market. Then it top up stage 3, and we have subprime crisis, stage 4. And then it stabilizes here. In 2009, March, it start to run again, stage 2. Now this is more current. This is stage 2. This is stage 3. 2022. 2022. Bear market, no? Right? I'm sure you can remember not too long ago, bear market stabilizes and then it move up. And right now they just break this thing, right? Stage 2 break this thing, stage 2 continue. Otherwise it come down. So stage 3 continue, stage 2. Now this is Nikkei 225, stage 2, sideways stage 3. This is your black swan. This is the COVID. Bounce off, continue stage 2. And then stage 3, if you fail there, stage 4, but you move up stage 2 and then stage 3. Now, if you break on the upside, stage 2 again. This is our STI. All right, stage 2, stage 3. We were in stage 3 for a long while, and then followed by stage 2, and then followed by a stage 3. And this is the sell down caused by the Donald Trump effect. So this run here, okay, this run here, when the STI start to actually rally out of this trading range, this is what we call a trading range sideways. Which are the sectors that drive the STI? This is STI, right? Which sectors are actually of the STI drive the index up, drive the market up? Anybody? Which particular sector is the one that drive? Is it REITs? Is it property? Is it bank? What do you think? Which are the one that drive the STI index up? Is it REITs? Is it property? Or is it a bank? Anybody? Don't know, never mind, can guess on it. Which do you think is the sector that actually drive the market out of the sideways move? Last year it started to run. It was the bank that actually drive it. Bank, Singtel and SGX. Drive it up. Not the property, not the REITs. Okay? So once you actually understand this, you know how to position yourself. But a lot of people didn't take advantage of it. They miss it. And later I'll share with you more. So remember, market is always in an endless cycle. You must know where you are, which stage. Which stage. Because if you do not know, you position yourself wrongly, very serious. And especially if you don't know how to diversify, all right? And if the stock you invest never recover, you can lose big time. Okay? And then what still is that most people over diversify. If you over diversify, right, you can't make money. So most people don't understand they're over diversified. So have you understood this? How to position yourself for profit? How to position? Ask yourself this basic question. This is something you got to ask yourself. Is your investment backed by a sound strategy? Do you have an approach to the market? In today's context, if you surf the internet, if you trade online, you have social media, you are flooded with a lot of tips and recommendations. I myself got into some group. I also don't know how they got my contact, and then suddenly in the group. So I always have to actually delete. I'm sure you experienced that. But there are a lot of people who can follow. So today you listen to A, followed by B, followed by C. Then what happened? If you generally go every direction, you're just very confused. And because of this, over time, majority of people lose money. 95% of people actually lose money over time. Now this is bad news, but I have good news for you. 5% make money. 5% make hell a lot from 95% for whatever reason. Just love to give it to them. And trust me, there are a lot of people out there very happy to contribute. You just make sure that you're not one of them. Is it okay? So make a commitment, be the top 10% of the people that make money consistently. Is it okay? So you got to make a commitment, no. Because without a commitment, nothing happens. But I want to help you in case you're thinking, wow, so serious. The number of people make money so. Now the bottom 50%, they have no chance. These are about gambler. These are gambler. These are no chance. These are the people not interested to attend webinar, attend workshop, not interested in looking at chart, not interested in using some charting software. They are not interested. They are just gambler. They like the thrill, that's all. Okay? Now the next 40% of people are more serious. All right? They attend workshop, they attend webinar, they use charting software, they look at annual report, that kind of thing. They study. Make some, lose some. Make some, lose some. Make some, lose some. You must understand the market is a negative sum game. All right. So if you don't understand this, you make some lose some, make some lose some. End of the day, you still lose money, man. Not as much as these people, because these people is really gone, man. But they can be stuck there for years, and they're wondering why. What you want to do is quickly get out here to be the top 10, top 5%. These are the people who make money consistently. They know why they make money. They know why they lose money. Over time, they become successful. So you want to be here. And that requires commitment. All right. And this is not an understatement. I did that in 2006 when I was interviewed by all the journalists. I tell them it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's a skill set. You need to commit time. And you need to actually find mentor to teach you. Just like myself. All my mentor is American traders. All right. It's just that it's very good to have access to American traders. All right. Now it's much easier with internet. When I started the time, internet is still very new. Okay. So I decided to fill up this gap. So make a commitment with the top 5, top 10% of people that make money consistently. So having said this, where should we focus? You must understand the big pictures. Once you understand the picture, then you drill down. Where should you focus? Now, if you look at this diagram, what comes to your mind? This is where we should focus. If you look at this diagram, what comes to your mind? Anybody? Anybody want to venture to guess? Now, if you tell me movement, you're right. Motion, you're right. Momentum, you're right. All right. Focus on movement. Focus on momentum. All right. It doesn't matter whether it's really short term, mid term, long term. You need this momentum. So let me explain to you why momentum. Okay. And object emotion stay in motion. When the institution actually participate in a company stock, all right, they don't buy one time. They continue to acquire. So the stock will continue to stay in motion. They don't just one time show hand and full stop finish. No. They will continue to acquire. Number 2, stock tend to move in a line of least resistance. I give you an example so you can understand. Just like a car, it's easy for the car to continue to move forward than to stop and reverse. Because to reverse a car need a lot of energy. Same. So the stock tend to go in the same general direction unless proven otherwise. But most people are too fearful, and I'll explain to you why they always get problem. Next, you need to actually understand, before there's a change in price, there must be a change in momentum. That caught my attention because everybody is interested in change in price. But before that can happen, there must be a change in momentum. That's the reason why I focus on momentum, because this must happen before the price can change. So that gave me a clue why I focus on momentum. Now, I'll show you a chart from the past to the present for a simple reason. I want people to really understand. Every bull market has its leader. Leader seldom repeat. I pause it for a second for you to just take note. Every bull market has its leader. Leader seldom repeat. Never fall in love with stock. Now, there are people who actually like to tell you, no, you can buy certain stock and you hold forever. Heard before this? No? They can say it with hindsight, no. Right? They can say it with hindsight. But when you buy the time, without the hindsight, are you okay or not? With hindsight, everybody very clever one. Alright? So my philosophy is very simple. I trade what I see. Alright? I long and short accordingly to the direction. Now let's take a look at Costco. Momentum work. The stock went up 8,000%, 4.5 years. What happened to Costco? Gone. Never recovered. This was the leader in the past. This is AAM. Momentum work. What happened to AAM? Went all the way down. Only recently started to move up, but it's still far away from its previous high. Far. It's a laggard. They are much stronger stock than AAM, and it's a laggard. This is Tencent. Momentum work. Tencent again. Momentum work, whether up or down. Positive momentum, you long. Negative momentum, you short. Alright? You cannot have negative momentum and you go and buy. Most people lose money because they what? Invest in negative momentum. No, you know just now I mentioned. Stage 4, you sell short. If you don't know how short, stay cash. Don't buy. Is it okay? So why momentum? Let's continue. Natural bias to strong stock. When the institution buy a company share, they're looking at one thing. Can the company produce a lot of result, good result, profit? In particular, they are interested in what? Earning momentum. The current quarter must be a lot better than the previous quarter. The future quarter must be a lot better than the current quarter, and they are very brutal because if you're not producing fantastic result, they will park their money somewhere else because there are other stuff to look at. Remember, the institution, they have access to all market, not like us. We are lone ranger. We cannot be involved in too many markets. Okay? So they will park money elsewhere. Okay? And making sure that the company can produce a lot of good result. Now, the technical traders are also interested in momentum, but they are more interested in price momentum. So you notice all the smart people in the world are looking at momentum. Okay? To help you to appreciate a little bit better and understand a little bit better, I'll give you a simple example. If you go to a hawker center which you have never been before and you're looking for very good food, what would you do? Ladies and gentlemen, what would you do? Go to a hawker center which you have never been before and you're looking for very good food, what would you do? Can somebody help me out? Don't tell me you don't have this experience. Assuming you have time, you go to a hawker center, you're looking for very good food. How can you tell? Which store of good food? Thank you, P. Tan. Yes, you look for the longest queue. Now, in this case, this is fish soup, longest queue. You like fish soup, you queue. If you don't like fish soup, go for the second longest queue. Okay? You generally end up with good food. Okay? So let's assume you actually finish your food. There are 100 stores here. You can go and check with them. How you come up with this recipe, how you source your ingredient, how you make your sauce, how you marinate your chicken, whatever it is, you can ask them. This is called fundamental analysis. I'm not against people doing fundamental analysis. I just know one thing. We can never do better fundamental analysis than the institution. I repeat, we can never do better fundamental analysis than the institution. Why? Because the institution has a lot of resources we don't have. They can call up CEO, ask for interview. They can fly to China, Vietnam, whatever, to visit their factory. Can we do that? We can't. We are just lone wolf. We can't do that. But as a retail investor, we have something we can do. We can see what the institution do with the research. Did they buy? Did they sell? Or did they do nothing? Because all these are reflected in the chart. So my sincere advice is this. Don't have to study everything. Only look at a store with long queue. The queue represents institution sponsorship. You need institution to be in there. If the institution are not in the company, not in the stock, nothing happened to the stock one. They are dead one. You move on. All right. So don't go and buy dead stock. Let's continue. Why momentum work? Participate in strong sector, different part of the economy cycle. Now, if you're in the market long enough, you notice there's this thing called a sector rotation. I'll give you a very obvious example. During COVID, which is the strongest sector? Healthcare and tech stock. We are confined to our home. We can only communicate through technology. So tech stock rarely, and then of course COVID, healthcare stock rarely. After the COVID over, what happened to the healthcare? Gone. And what came along? AI. So that was a very strong sector. Am I right? Then later on, China introduced a DeepSeek, and then there was this knee-jerk reaction. Just like EV in the past, now EV like this are a bit of struggle, most of the EV company. So if you participate in a strong sector, strong stock in strong sector, then what happen? You got highest return, shorter time. Okay, so I keep on telling people, don't buy REITs. REITs cannot make any money one. They say I want to collect dividend. What's the point of collecting dividend when it keep on dropping? The cycle is down. Now stabilizes. May go up, we do not know, but is it going to lead? No. So if you are looking for a stock that give you capital gain, REITs cannot do that for you. REIT in the past can. Many, many years ago. All right? Because interest rate was very low. And it ran. And many of the REIT ran. Suntec REITs, Cambridge REIT, and I think I got Cambridge REIT. First REIT. Look at First REIT. Totally gone. In the past was solid. So you don't fall in love with stock. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Let's continue. In order to look for a stock with momentum, we look at the market leader, which I call them the champion stock because they are right in front. Now, this is important, yet a lot of people do not know. 80-20 rule, everybody know, but a lot of people didn't know it applied to the market. 20% of stock captured 80% again. In any market, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, US, the same thing. There are only a couple of strong stock. That's all. There are only a few winners. That's all. The rest are mediocre. Don't need to waste time. All right? The rest are just mediocre. Don't need to waste time. You look at the leaders. Okay? If you cannot make money from a leader, you can forget about the rest already. Huh? Let's continue. Why leader? Why champion stock? Quick momentum move for short-term trading. Now, when the institute move in to buy a company share, it causes a ripple in the market. This ripple allows you to do short-term trading. Is it okay? Price position over time for mid-term investing. How is it so? Start with a greater short-term momentum, turn into a longer term. Now, when the institution move in, it causes ripple. If they continue to acquire the company share, the ripples evolve into wave. The wave allows you to do mid-term investing. And because you're dealing with the same stock, you achieve consistency, and consistency is very important for compounding. So you don't use the different stock for short term, a different stock for mid term. No, they are the same stock. Okay. More importantly, what's your objectives? Okay. So you don't have to actually go and spend time to look at more stock. Don't need. Now I'm going to give you an example. Okay. Again, from the past right to the present. Now this is Ezon. In 2013, the stock started to rally 700%. What happened to Ezon? Gone, suspended. Okay, but this stock runs 700%. A lot of people didn't participate. They don't believe this stock. They only believe Sembcorp Marine, Sembcorp some industry, that kind of thing. But this is the best performing stock, 700%. Now, 2014, oscillate 245%. This company introduced shoebox apartment, and people go crazy with property investment. They pile into shoebox apartment, and the stock rallied. And what happened to this company? The stock price? Gone. No fun in with stock. This is InnoValue 2015, 350%. This company is so good, it's taken private by competitors, so you can't find them anymore. Can't find the chart. They're still around, but no more listed. Now, 2016, CMC Goldman, in only 2 months, run at 178%. Why? Because Bank of Japan introduced negative interest rate, followed by ECB, and people was thinking, I must well go and buy gold. All right, because if you put money in the bank, you're going to pay the bank some more. So you rallied. Just like right now, gold rally, right? This stock also rally, but it took a long while. Before that, it went down before it recovered. So again, you must understand the market cycle. Let's continue. SunPower 2017, 120%. Sansing 280. A lot of people don't believe SunPower, Sansing, this kind of stock can be best performer. Yes. A lot of people has a lot of opinion of what should be a strong performer. And that is the reason why they lose money. I give you a very obvious example. Tencent. It's not be covered. Alibaba. These are the stock a lot of people like to buy, but cannot make money. And they lose money. Okay. Let's continue. 2019 global almost 300%. 2020, I'm sure you know, this is COVID crisis, 100,600%. When we have a crisis, the stock rally 1,600%. 2021 best performing stock, Grand Venture, 300%. A lot of people don't believe because this stock outperformed AEM, Franken, Hi-P. All right. Yang Zijiang, this is probably the only blue chip at that time in the recent year. Yang Zijiang 2022, best performing stock, 95%. 2023, Dynamax 2075%, company taken delisted. So we detect this type of stock because the owner going to buy up and it caused ripple, okay? Last year, Oiltech best performing stock. Importantly, ask yourself, do you capture any of the stock? Did you capture any of the stock? Make a commitment today. Make a commitment today. If you ever hold stock must move up. Is it okay or not? Stock must move up. But a lot of people buy stock going down one. And they're wondering why. Now I'm going to show you a list of all the champion stock. Okay? And then I'll draw a lesson. And later on I'll do a demo, current one. Okay? So it can help you to actually appreciate, understand. 207 where AEM 400%, High P 270, Alliance 265, Sunrise 155, Ellipsis 133, EMS 117, and SCI is 11.2. Now I want you to take a look at the difference between the market leader and the broad market. You look at the difference, 400%, 200%, 200%. This is 11%. The difference is staggering. Can you see now? Why focus on leader? Because it way outperform. Next thing. Take a look at stock AEM, High P, Sunrise, Ellipsis, UMS. Take a look at the stock. Where do they belong? Anybody notice? Which sector do they belong to? These are tech sectors, semicon. They are all in the same sector except for Allied Mineral. This is a mining company. They buy lithium. They buy lithium. Now, do you participate AEM, High P, Sunrise, Ellipsis, UMS? Because why? Sector strength has the greatest influence on the stock price. I repeat, sector strength has the greatest influence. If you do not participate these strong stock, you need to fine-tune your stock selection because you're not getting super normal return. Is it okay? All right. So notice there's a pattern, right? Let's continue. 2019, you have Global Invicom 300, Rex International 272, AM 145, Pango 139, Franken 134, High P 73, and SCI is very pathetic, only 3.2. Look at the difference. The difference is huge. Now take a look. AM, Franken, High P. What are they? Semicon, strong sector. The rest go up by itself. There's no sector strength except this one. Sector strength has a lot of impact one. Let's continue. This is 2020 COVID. Mentec 1004, UG 1003, Quten 600, Topgirls 342, Riverstone 269, IFAS 259. And STI is now almost 20%. Look at this. This is negative. This is 1000%. Now, again, take a look. Mentec, UG, Healthcare, Topgirls, Riverstone. Can somebody tell me where do they belong? Which sector do they belong? Anybody? There are so many people in the room. I'm sure somebody knows. Can somebody tell me what do they belong to? Which sector? Which sector do they belong to? Can somebody guess? Wrong answer, no punishment. I keep on saying this. I always find it very unique in Singaporean. No? When I go overseas, right, wow, they all answer question one. Especially the Vietnamese. You'll be very surprised, no? Alright. Anybody been to Vietnam? They are very eager to learn. Alright. Can somebody tell me which sectors do they belong to? Anybody? Just help me out. Which sectors do they belong to? Again, I try to draw lesson for you to learn so that you can understand better. Thank you so much, P. Tan. Thank you so much. Healthcare. These are PPE manufacturer. Now, I want you to really understand the market is down very badly. How come you can go 1000%? Sector strength. I mentioned earlier. Sector strength has the greatest impact. All right? 1000%. And this four happens to be same sector. You have to participate in this stock. Because if you do not participate in this stock, you need to fine-tune your stock selection because you're not getting super normal return. Is it okay? Hopefully you understand. Let's continue. Before that, help me to remember the best performing stock is Mentec. Best performing stock is Mentec. If you wish to take a photo of this, I pause here for a second. The best performing stock, help me to remember, 2020 when we are in a crisis, Mentec went up 1400%. Take a photo if you wish to. Help me to remember because later on I will actually do case study for you. Let's continue. This is 2-1. Start April. Again, I got reason. I want to share with you. Standard Darian 175, IFAS 124, Fortress 100, Del Monte 73, Hangguan 71, Innotech is 67, SPA is 63, and STI is second best after Taiwan 30.2. Now, why I stopped in April is because this is where the COVID crisis stabilizes and government start to lift the measure. So this is recovery. During COVID, construction all stopped. So all stopped. After this crisis over, they ramp up the construction. And for construction, you need steel. And in order to make steel, you need iron ore. And these two happens to be the iron ore company. There's a pattern. So at the time I noticed this, whoa! And you have to participate because strong sector give you best return one. Okay? Now, I stop here also to actually highlight. Notice a lot of people do not believe this type of stock can run. Again, don't have too many opinion. Trade what you see, not what you think. Next is SPH, best performing blue chip. Ask yourself, can you believe that SPH can be the best performing blue chip? Considering that the fundamental is not solid at all. Everybody knows less people read newspaper, less people subscribe, and they're losing money, losing revenue. So they move on to property. So how can SPH be the best performing blue chip in April 2021? But this is a fact. Answer come later. And by now you know it's delisted. They restructure it. All right. Help me to remember best performing SPH because I'll show you later on. The whole idea is to try to tell you, don't have too many opinion. Trade what you see. Otherwise, you miss all these type of stock. These are solid stock. In fact, all these stocks, most people never heard of one. All right, iFast you heard of, SPH you heard of. Yes, but you don't believe SPH can run. All right, it's a dinosaur. 2021 end of the year, you have Grand Venture outperform AEM high P. Mentec 194, Hourglass 157, iFast 174, Southern Alliance is still there 126, Samudera 121, Pronet 121, and STI is 9.1. Look at the difference is huge. 2-2. Again, I want to draw a lesson so you can understand. Yangzijiang 95, Sembcorp 69, Keppel 42, Bestworld 40, Jardine 38, CDR 25, and UOB 14. STI is very pathetic, only 4.1. Look at the difference. Important thing, I want to highlight this to you. Yangzijiang, Sembcorp, Keppel Corp, Jardine, CDR, UOB, where do they belong to? Where do they belong to? This is a big cap stock. Where do they belong to? They are blue chip, isn't it? They are component stock of STI. Now STI total return is 4.1. There are only 6 out of 30, and these are the best performing here. If you like blue chip, you buy the wrong one, your return is negative. This is positive because you have many of the blue chip running ahead. If you buy the other blue chip, you are negative. So remember, only these 6 outperform. So even if you're interested in blue chip, you must buy the right one. And this is rare. In one of the year where there's so many blue chip, the only odd one is Bestworld. Did you participate? Bestworld was suspended for 3 years. It only started trading in October, November, December. It went up 40%. Is it impressive? Tell me. Did you participate? A lot of people don't because too fearful. I don't care. And later I'll show you. Help me to remember that. Sembcorp, Bestworld. If you wish to take a photo, because I'll show you case study for Bestworld. Say you case study for Sembcorp. Let's continue. 2022-23. You have Dynamic 75. This is going to be delisted already. Food Empire. A lot of people don't believe Food Empire can run. Sembcorp 56, Keppel 55, iFast 53, Franken 42, Delphi 39. And STI is negative. Ask yourself, STI is negative. What about this? All these are positive and very positive. No. So does it matter bull or bear? Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter. This is last year. Oitech, best performing 348. Bangkuan 270. It struggled, this stock. So don't ever fall in love with stock. You just try to break 20 and a half today. Never fall in love with stock. I tell people, you can forget about Bangkuan because other stocks are running. Centurion 140, Dynamic 118, Weher 115, Jaffa 113, Yangzijiang 100. STI not too bad. Last quarter, it rallied, just like Hong Kong, 17.8. But again, compare the difference. Very huge. Help me with remember Oitech because if you got a chance, I will show you case study. Okay. I'll pause here if you wish to take photo. Centurion. Anybody participate in Centurion? Because this stock runs since last year and is still running now. Anybody participate? Show of hand. Come on. Don't be shy. Say, me. Centurion. Yeah, P. Tan. Okay. What else? Only one individual. This stock got a lot of chance, no? If you don't, it's too late. Anyway, later got chance, I show you. Let me remember we heard again. I'll try to do case study if we got chance. All right. For completeness, I'll show you Hong Kong best performing stock last year. This type of stock can perform. The only stock you probably know is PopMart because of the soft toy. But these are the stock that's performing. Look at it, 900, 600, 500. This is only STI 19.5. Last quarter run only. Without the last quarter, this is negative, no. So again, a lot of people only trade very obvious stock they know, the blue chip. But these are the stock that run. Last year, S&P. Everybody know NVIDIA. All right. You look at NVIDIA and Procon, that's all. That's the two tech stock. The rest, no. Then people find very surprised. Aerospace. Consumer. Netflix. Energy. This type of stock can run. Airline can run. You notice? It is not your tech stock there. All right. Take a look at the difference again. S&P is 24. This is 100%. So hopefully by now you understand what I'm trying to drive at. If you invest in the leader, your performance is way, way ahead. But a lot of people still fearful. That's the reason why they couldn't make the money. But if you know, that make a lot of difference. Okay, and later I'll show you more. So next, what is a good training system? How are we going to approach? What is our methodology? Now I've created a very unique approach to the market, and it's called expectation trading or expectation investing. What is expectation trading? Expectation trading is this: before I enter market, I must know which stock to buy. I must know, is it A stock, B stock, C stock? I must know. I must know at what price to buy. Is it $1? Is it $2? Is it $3? I must know the price, precise. I also must know how much to buy. Is it $10? Is it $20? Is it $30? I know. And lastly, I must know if I'm wrong, how much is my loss. I know my exposure. So I won't trade unnecessarily beyond my risk tolerance. I know. And lastly, when to get up. So I must have all these answers before the market open. Now, if you have all these answers before the market open, how do you feel, ladies and gentlemen? If you have all these answers before the market open, how do you feel? You are calm, confident, and composed, and this is exactly what we do. After we enter the market, we look for two actions. Number one, when to buy some more. All right, and lastly, when to get out with profit. This is called expectation trading. We must have the answer before the market open, and after we enter position, we look for these two actions. All right. Now, I explained to you the how, but I'm not explaining to you the why, which is more important. Why I do what I do. Anybody? Why do you think I do what I do? Now you see, before you enter the market, you have all control. Before you enter the market, you have all control. You can choose what stock to buy, at what price to buy, how many shares to buy. You have all control. After you enter the market, you literally lose all control. The only control you have left is to get out. Is it correct? You literally lose all control. The only control you have left is to get out. And because you lose literally all control, you're experiencing psychological discomfort. And these two monsters will rear their head, fear and uncertainty. I just know one thing: if you make a decision for a state of fear, if you make a decision for a state of uncertainty, it can never be sound. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are. If you make a decision for a state of fear, if you make a decision for a state of uncertainty, it can never be sound. And because of this, there's a reason why very intelligent people also lose money in the market. Understand that? Came across that? Very intelligent, professor, university, doctor, lawyer, cannot make it. They lose money, one. And you're wondering why? Because it has nothing to do with intelligence. I just now mentioned when I started the presentation, being normal cannot make money. So they are normal, very intelligent, but just cannot make money. Because market has its own language. So if I know all these answers beforehand, I'm more calm, more confident, and more composed. So the whole idea of doing expectation investing is to minimize this. We cannot eliminate, but you know how to manage it. Very, very important. Huh? So I'm going to drill down further. How are we going to trade momentum? How to capture explosive move? All right, so that is our focus. January 2 approaches. Number 1, reaction swing, and number 2, momentum swing. I'll explain the difference between these two. Now, not all stock can do this. Only champion stock because of institution sponsorship. Now, people who actually bought the stock earlier has a tendency to take quick profit. Why? Natural human behavior, because we're conditioned. There is a reason, but it's beyond the scope of my presentation today. So this is the reason why majority of people will not have big profit, because there is this cognitive bias. So whoever bought earlier has a tendency to take profit, and then because of this, it correct. I call it reaction now. People who bought the stock 5 years ago, forget about it, suddenly realize the stock start to run, they begin to get out, also cause reaction, correction. So this is action, reaction, action, reaction, action, reaction, action, reaction, action, reaction, action. I'm interested in the bubble. This bubble is not small, no. This move 40 cents, 20 lot, 8,000, no. All right, so you don't have to be active, you need to be proactive. Same. Reaction, action, reaction, action, reaction, action, reaction, very obvious, action. Now this bar is 10 cents one day, 20 lots, 2,000 one day. You don't need to be active, you need to be proactive. You must know what you are doing. Very obvious, reaction, action, reaction, action. And sometimes this type of thing run for what? 20 bars. 20 bar is 1 month, no? All right, without hitting your stop loss. And the run can be very substantial. Can be a few dollars. Not too long ago, we have creative. One run like this, $5. At that time, it's only $1. So $1, you tell me how many shares you buy. Let's say you buy only 5 lots. $5. 25,000, no. You okay now? In less than 2 weeks, 25,000, okay now. These are the things we manage to trade when there's opportunity present, but a lot of people miss it. Why? They got too many opinions. There's a reason why they cannot see. Now, somebody will say, but CK, I cannot look at the market so closely. It's okay. Look at weekly chart. 1 week, 1 bar, very slow one. Reaction, action, reaction, action. And this type of thing can run for months. Just like Centurion runs for more than a year already. All right. So far, only 1% actually bought. The rest did not mention. Maybe you bought also. 1 year, no. Let's continue. Sembcorp. This stock is running for the last 4 years. Reaction, action, reaction, action, reaction, action. All right. Today, attempt resistance, a timing breakout. Next, I'll discuss momentum swing. Momentum come from what? Come from motion, movement. So is there movement here? Yes, there's momentum built up. I position myself here and I buy here. All right. So I buy here. A lot of people say, why you buy here? Why don't you buy here? You buy here, you already make money when you reach here. My objective is to buy at the right price, where the risk is the lowest, but the odd is the highest. Is it okay? And the right price very often is not a low price, and the low price very often is the wrong price. Let me explain to you. Let's say assuming you like low price, okay? Now, at that time, this is low. We don't in hindsight, we don't know what happened when. But is it low? Yes. Assuming you bought here, what happened? You get frustrated because it didn't go anywhere. Then it moved down. How do you feel? You don't feel good. Over here, your objective is to make money. Over here, what is your objective? Your objective is not to make money. You change your objective. Your objective is no loss. So you're wondering why you change your objective. Actually, a lot of people do not know they change their objective. It's unconscious to them. So I repeat, here your objective is to make money. By the time you lose money, you reach here, your objectives have changed. Your objective right now is no loss. No loss. Why? Because psychologically you're weakened. So what happened? When the stock recover to break even, you get out. After you get out, markets team don't know, run without you. Anybody got this type of experience? Before you sell, the stock don't run. After you have sold the stock run like mad. Anybody got this type of experience? it happens so common because most people are not aware. So a lot of things actually, a lot of people just look at things like logic. It's not. Market has its own language, I mentioned already. And we have a lot of cognitive bias. A lot of people do not understand. We have a lot of cognitive bias. And because of this cognitive bias, a lot of people got problem understanding. So again, our objective is to buy at the right price where the risk is the lowest but the odd is the highest. So we want to take good chance. Okay, let's continue. Now, I purposely highlight this stuff. Some people say, well, CK 10 years ago. Yes, because you can relate better. All right. I'm sure you from the past right to the present, 2025, so that you can understand. Now, I purposely highlight this stuff because Orlan was shut down by a company called Muddy Water. Muddy Water is a short-only fund. They shot the stock down and they claim that this company has not been transparent. They recognize their profit wrongly. Meaning what? Very serious allegation. They inflate their earning. And the price collapsed. Now, it was trading sideways. One fine day I saw this. I position myself here and I go long. Can you see the volume here? Momentum build up and I buy there. Answer come later. Temasek inject a lot of fund to rescue the company. I have no connection with Temasek, but I can see their action. And can you see the volume? Yes. Now the gap up here was a bonus and here I get out. Don't want to waste time. You tell me, if every other day you receive bad news about Orlan, would you buy the company share? Would you? A lot of people would not because they're easily influenced by the news because you still wrote like that. I told you before, I don't bother on. Why? If the news everybody know is useless already, unless only you know and nobody knows. Yes. So that is the reason why you look at the news when they announce, it's all historical already, no use one. Market is very fast. It's a filter system. Very fast, they filter out everything already. Let's continue. To make sure you really understand what I'm trying to drive at, take a look at the right side of the chart. Tell me, is there movement? Tell me, is there movement? I just want you to actually understand. Can you see there's a gap here? This is a bullish gap. General rule of thumb, trade in the direction of the gap. I repeat, trade in the direction of the gap. Over here, I position myself. When I stop breakout, I enter. Here we have also a gap. I position myself, but too long, I forget it. So you notice, I don't go and buy here, no? And then hold like that. It's a waste of time. I only buy here. Though higher price, my return much faster. And never mind, if you buy here, if the stock go down, then how you feel? Again, you change your objectives. No loss again. You never make money. So these are simple things which a lot of people repeatedly make in the market. And for us, we can see. We just avoid and we take advantage of that. Okay, let's continue. Same thing, I don't waste time here. I buy only here. Stock hit, close 148. You buy 20 lot, 6,000. 6,000 is above the average salary of an executive in Singapore. You don't need to be active. You just need to be proactive. So while you're working hard, all right, for your boss, for your company, on the side, you don't need to be active. Every now and then you collect a couple of thousand. Is it okay? So every month you just collect a couple of thousand. Couple of thousand. Seriously. And then I think this one you deserve it. Why I say this? Because not too long ago I met somebody and then they were thinking, wow, struggle. Children go education in Singapore. They got to use CPF money. They got to save. They got to spend less. They said Singapore university not very expensive. But to them, many cannot afford. No. Singapore university is about 10,000 a year. But to them, cannot afford. Then I was just thinking, what if you know something that allow you to actually accumulate a couple of thousand every month? You no issue, isn't it? You are not talking about overseas education. So help yourself. Now, you can also do this for other stuff if you wish to. But I always tell people, you do this, you save. Hong Leong Asia, strong inbound trend. trust breakout, we belong here, hit a high 312, 4-day 40%. This is a $2-3 share, no? $2-3 share. 4-day 40%. That's hell a lot, no. 1 day 10% move, no. That is hell a lot. But this time a lot of people say, CK, I also know. Buy here, sell here. I also know. Buy here, sell here. I also know. Here, don't buy, don't sell. I also know. With high sign, all very clever one. I just going to tell you, you can never trade historical chart. You only trade on the right side of the chart. And for here onward, I'm going to show you chart from the past right to the present, 2025. I trade day in, day out, year in, year out. I have not changed the strategy. Why? Because I trade the psychology behind the bar, and the psychology of the human, of the investor has not changed for 1,000 years. So you remain to be so. Okay? Let's continue. High P, over here we have a gap breakout. Now, assuming you know, you're using expectation investing, you know the answer. The answer is to buy high P when it breaks 75 cents. You know the answer. What can you do? You know the answer beforehand. What can you do? You can inform your reminder, right? Reminder, buy 20 lot for me when the stock breaks 75 cents. You can. You can key stop limit order to automatically execute the trade for you when the stock break out. You see? You know the answer beforehand, you can do that. You can set alert, and this is exactly what I do most of the time. I set SMS alert. I have a phone to actually receive SMS. All right? So that phone is for that purpose. Now, I know the answer on the 20th July. High P, the stock, when it breaks 75 cents, I know it on the 20th July. 20th July is here. This is 1920 is here, this bar. So here, on this day, I know to buy the stock high P if it breaks 75 cents. So I waited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days later, it triggered. Then I received an SMS, 2nd August, 9:56. And I check. Oh, there's a gap. Oh, the volume picked up. Good sign. And I go long. The stock closed at 86 cents. This is a 15% move. I purposely highlight this stock because the first entry is here. This is the second entry. This is the third entry. This is the fourth entry. By the time I reach here, a lot of people say very expensive and they are too worried and they don't buy. Anybody in this room has problem buying a high price? Anybody here in this room has difficulty buying high price? I just want to help you. Anybody? According to research, 80% of people cannot buy high price. Thank you so much. This is Lee, right? Lee Kok Tong. Thank you for responding. I really appreciate your participation and your response. I'd like to help you. Assuming you bought a stock at $1, okay, your friend bought the same stock at $1. This is your friend. Now you bought the stock here, you make money. Your friend bought the same stock here, but you actually lose money. Same price, same stock. How come you make money, your friend lost money? Same stock, same price, what? Never mind. You let your friend buy half price, 50 cents. Your friend still lose money. You let your friend buy 30 cents. Your friend still lose money. On the other hand, instead of $1, you buy at 120, you make money. You buy 150, you make money. You buy at $2, you still make money. How come? Straight away you know already. There's nothing to do with price. Because if there's something to do with your price, your friend could have made money, you could have lost money. But yet you make money, your friend lose money. So don't focus on price. Focus where the price going. Don't focus on price. Focus on the direction of price. Is it okay? Now, once you understand this, there's a seismic shift in your thinking process. And you need that shift, because if you don't have that shift, you'll continue to contribute to the market. You need that seismic shift. Don't focus on price. Focus where the price going. Notice not, this is stage 2, this is stage 4. Here you sell short, you make money. Your friend long lose money. Can you understand that? All right. Don't focus on price. Focus where the price going. Now we have another high P example, different year. I set my alert here at 73 cents. All right. I know it on the 12th. It triggered 3 days later on the 15th right here. Break 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sell. Why sell? Because $1 is a psychological resistance. Why sell? Because every day there's a gap. This is non-sustaining, it's a bubble. Why sell? Because Singapore control at the time is 5 day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About time already. And conveniently at $1, I sell. There are 5 reasons why I sell here. I just give you 3 and I'll repeat. Trend exhaustion, every day there's a gap, cannot sustain. Psychology resistance at $1. Time exit because Singapore control 5 days, now 4 days. Somebody asked me, hey, CK, how come no MACD? I don't use that. Why no RSI stochastic CC? I don't use that. I just trade like that. The most I put moving average, that's all. Huh? Trade like that only? Yes. Okay. As I mentioned, I trade the psychology behind the bar. Let's continue. OSIM. I purposely highlight this because you can never see the chart. Why? Because OSIM fundamentally strong. Why? A lot of people say management is very good, product is very good, whatever, very, very good. The stock gap down. Just like I mentioned, when the stock has a gap, what do? You trade in the direction of the gap. In this case, gap down, you only can short, you cannot buy. I set up here. I set my alert 267 first September, trigger 3 4th September. Right here, I short the stock and the stock plunge. This is a very huge gap. This is an exhaustion move. This is the first bull bar I get out. This is 37%. I highlight this because a lot of people came to my office at that time to ask for help. These are not my students. They lost tons of money. Why? Because their stock eventually plunged below $1, go all the way down. And they lose big time because they have been buying all the way down. Because they have been taught by somebody, I don't want to mention name, not very nice, told them that valuation is above $2. So if you buy anything below $2, you already got discount, you're making money already. Sooner or later when it turn up, you're okay. But it never turned up, it was delisted. So they lose big time. You must understand there is this risk. In a down market, why should you buy? But a lot of people buy and lose big time. Because this is a fundamentally strong stock. It is the same as high flux. Why people lose money? Because they say water cannot be wrong, but they are very wrong. I see the chart, I can tell. Something is not right already. Okay, let's continue. But before that, let me give you a reason. This is called an exhaustion move because of the huge gap. Next, SMRT. Again, this chart you can never find, but I like to draw a lesson for you to understand. Now, this is 2015. Can somebody tell me 2015? How is MRT services? MRT services like junk, every other day break down and they are fined very heavily. In one of the occasions, the commuter have to walk in the tunnel. Is it correct? In another occasion, the tunnel got flooded and they cannot pass through. I said, my God, this is Singapore. We don't have this type of standard. No, this is a disgrace. You tell me every other day, the company have lousy news, all right, negative news. Newspapers say very badly about SMRT. Would you buy the company share? Ask me. Ask yourself honestly, would you buy the company share? Every other day got bad news about SMRT. Ask yourself honestly, would you buy? A lot of people will not buy, but to me it doesn't matter. Now I set alerts which I've forgotten. 20th November. It triggered 2 months later on 22nd. This is an alert I have forgotten. It suddenly triggered, I take a look. Then I check, whoa, my God, this is the bug, and I go buy. You tell me, if there are so much negative news, would you buy? To me, it doesn't matter. So I bought here because I can see the volume picked up already, and the stock moved up. Answer come later, LTA announced they bought over the asset for SMRT. Is that good news? Yes. Can you see the volume? But did you buy? A lot of people got too many opinions. I trade what I see. All right. And they announce and a lot of people buy. These are the people who know. I don't know who they are. Maybe LTA officer, maybe SMRT officer. I don't know. Now the stock moved up and over here I get out. Why I get out? Because there is a shift in sentiment. Like this, I can see the shift. And I get out. Next venture. I set alert 1669 on the 14th of September. I put 3 star. It triggered next day 15 right here. Breakout. This is called a rabbit setup. Right, that's our term, rabbit. Stop, run all the way here, and I get out here. 33%. Question asked, how can you tell the move is ended after the strong bar? Anybody here do candlestick? Is this a strong bar? Ladies and gentlemen, you're very modest, very shy. Is this a strong bar? To a lot of people, they always tell me this is a strong bar. To me, this is danger bar. To me, I get out. Why I get out? Because institution selling. Institution can tell me? Can. This is a Hong Kong stock Ping An. I'm sure you're familiar in insurance. I set my alert $91, 17th of January. It triggered next day 18. Alright, I get go long. Let me explain to you. This is a resistance. Okay. Now there was a first approach, follow pullback, second approach, and it break with a gap. This is a gap. Now because of this break, you notice this is uncertain. This bar uncertain. So this is a reaction, a jog. So I don't want to trade. I set my alert on the high of the tail, which is $91, and it triggered the next day, and I go long, and it hit a opening price here. All right, I get out. How can you tell the move has ended? How come I get out here? Because there is uncertainty already. So it moved up, it come back to the opening price, I get out. If I don't get out, you notice I return all my profit. Now, I have no idea how this stock will perform, but I manage them accordingly. If you can run, I will let it run. If you cannot run, I better get out and take my profit and disappear. Is it okay? All right. So here, I want to explain to you how to handle the gap. Same here. This is no-brainer, no? Why? COVID. I set my alert to 70, 24th of January, 2020. It triggered 4 days later on the 28th, and I short here. And very obvious one. Why? There's a gap here. You cannot long, you only can short. And I find I set up my short, and in case you do not know, there is a gap of 4 days, but technically it's only 1 day. Why? Because it's Chinese New Year holiday, and at that time, the COVID wasn't very well known at that point in time. During the holiday, we start to actually realize that's serious. All right, especially China, the time the situation get worse, and our trading first day only after the Chinese New Year 28, it actually break already, and we short. And I start here a low 148. I get out at a support that is 45%. All right, Mantech. This is COVID, I set my alert 29 cents on the 15th. It triggered 3 later on the 18th. So I got 3 day advance notice. The stock rally all the way up here. I get up 200%. I set my alert 29 cents. Timing just right. Help me to remember. If you wish to take a photo and help me to remember, because later I'll show you case study. Is it okay? Take a photo. I'll show you case study. Okay, let's continue. Remember, this is a lousy market. The stock right now like this 200%. No? Fuyao grass. It's very difficult to find an example like this. So I purposely curated all these examples. Now, this one is 42, 45. I set the alert 29 December. It triggered 31st December. 31st is the last day of the year. And where is the trigger? The trigger bar is this one. This is the breakout bar. This is the breakout bar. Take a look at the volume. The volume very low. Remember, 31st December is New Year Eve. Half day only. Singapore likewise half day. Hong Kong also half day. So it got triggered. But I look at this. Even if it's full day, I double the volume. It's still very low. Not safe. It could be a false breakup. So I don't want to trade. I only wait for the next trading day, which is 4th of January. When it break the tail, I go long. Okay. Stock run all the way up here, and on this day opening, I sell. Okay. Now why I sell? Because they got anomaly already. I better get out. If I don't get out, I can return a lot of profit. And for those people who know, 1 month later, that's the end of Hong Kong market. It went all the way down, bear market. Okay. So far, okay. SPH. I told you I will give you case study. I set my alert 129, okay, on the 25th. It triggered 1 day later on the 26th here, trigger. This breakup. There was this new SPH actually owned 1% of a e-commerce company in Korea, and the company got listed. Kompang, the name of the company. So it moved up, but they said they only own 1%. So you pull back, but did not hit my stop loss. Otherwise, I'll get up. But managed to recover and run all the way up here. And I sold at 196, and that is 50%. Best performing blue chip. You can't find this chart anymore. Some people say, but CK, you never suffer the sell down and a gap down. No, because to get out, I set alert. 196 going down, check, 16 April. When I get up 3 days later, on the 19th. So I get in, I get out, I set alert nicely. Okay, so I don't have to look at the screen too closely. No, I continue to do my work, but I set alert. That means my homework is done the day before. Okay, and I prepared already. Let's continue. Sembcorp. 2003, 3 Jan. Trigger 1 day later, 4th Jan. Break here, enter. And the stop move all the way up, and I get out here. That is 46%. Again, how do I get out? I set alert. 296. Test double channel line. Watch to take profit 13 April. When I get out 6 days later, 19 April. So I prepared. And for those people who see test upper channel, these are added info. Here I draw a trend line. Here I draw the channel line. You notice it tested before. It tests again. I know it's gone already. Notice subsequently it have 2 attempts. Failed. This is the trend line break. Very obvious already. But I get out here at the top. Again, I said this beforehand. I'm prepared. Okay, let's continue. I told you before, best one nobody trade, but I trade. Take a look. 215, check long. And I put that at because I bought the position earlier. Okay, 20th of January, trigger 5 days later, right here. All right, my student will know. They call it the small dipper setup. Can you see this name? Small dipper setup. It's a small dipper setup. And over here, I set alert to get out. Notice 253, test high volume resistance. At 253, there is a high volume resistance there. So when it hit there, I switch, I get out. 80% and it went down. It went quite far down. No? Now, why would it say? Because market is a language one. All right, once you understand the market language is not ABC, no. So a lot of people have to read this, read that. I don't need to read one. I already told you, I follow those traders, make money without having to know too much about tomorrow. Let's continue. Centurion. Anybody, just now, P.E. Tan said he actually bought. Anybody bought Centurion? Come on. Can I show hand? You don't be so shy, don't be so modest. You're very humble. Anybody beside P.E. Tan bought Centurion? No? Nobody? Okay, never mind. Later I'll show you more. I'll show you the current one. This was the early day, 55 cents. All right, test add positions are more. 27 Jan, Feb. And I get out here. I don't say get out here. This closing price here, this is 45%. For those people who know, this is 795. The stock has went way above already. I will show you later on. So we achieved 2 things. Which stock to buy, which stock to sell short. Price, precise one, entry price precise before the market open. Now, if you answer before the market open, how do you feel, ladies and gentlemen? How do you feel? You are calm, confident, and composed, and this is exactly what we do because we know the answer beforehand. Of course, somebody will say, so what if I know? A lot different. Again, I like to show you from the past right to the present. Take a look at this email. This is 2008. I never solicit one. I never solicit email from student one. I do things simply one. All right. Usually complain you receive email. Am I right? If students are happy, they won't give you email. They only give you when they are extremely happy. Do you agree with me? Yes. This is 2008. Tell me, bull or bear? Subprime crisis, worse than COVID because it affects the bank directly. And Patrick sent me, thank you. Hey, come on, we have a subprime crisis. Thank you. Yeah, wrote this. I have not shorted the market. I came before in a training competition with a return more than 200%. That more than 200% is more than 200,000. I highlight Patrico for 3 simple reasons. Number 1, he's a retiree, 61-year-old retiree. Number 2, he has never shorted in his entire life. Number 3, when he came to learn from us, he came quietly without informing his son. Of course, you'll be wondering why must get permission from the son, because the son is a fund manager. You don't want to offend his son. He came quietly and learned from us. And during that period, he made more than 200,000. Good news, very good control. He told the son about it. The son couldn't believe him. Come and see me. Ask me tons of questions. Give me a name card. I look at it. Wow. CPA, CFA, MBA, one string of degree, but just cannot make money. The son actually make money. So what happened? The son, after asking so many questions, decided to become my student. All because the father make money, but he cannot make money managing fund. Is that serious? The father got no qualification but the father can beat his fund Alright, with all the qualification cannot help him to make money. Really, I'm not joking that. I have a lot of students. I got even a more fund manager who my student. I'm more fund manager. Alright, let's continue. I'd like to show you this gentleman because this is one of my very successful students. And I show him because you may know him. Because he's a seminar junkie, very hardworking. He practically attend all the workshops in Singapore. Because he want to learn, to acquire the skill. And then if he got an option, he'll fire his boss. Alright, his name is Kenny. And Kenny sent me this email. Again, I never solicit 2014. And he wrote this, I attend your course back in 2011. I never solicit, he sent to me. Based on HTA principle, my return pretty decent, very modest. Now, over the 3 years, he enclosed 4 spreadsheets. The last spreadsheet is an IG account opened in June this year to focus on short. So 4 spreadsheets over 3 years. Now, the first year, he makes 77,000. Quite good, huh? And the second year, he made 30,000. On the third year, he made 32,000. Now, on the third year, he still got another account with focus on short 13,000. So he actually made 50,000 on the third year. Over the 3 years period, he made 153. He started with 100,000. That's 153%. No, 3 years. Good or no good? Yes. And 1 year before the COVID, he came to my office, bring me mooncake and bid me farewell. Migrated to Australia for his children's sake. Because Singapore too stressful. And in one of the year, he told me he made 2 times his annual salary. Now, this is a senior executive. Very senior executive. I would think that he probably make 300,000, at least 300,000 working for people. So 2 times, that means he make probably 600,000 in 1 year. So I reckon he already made more than $1 million at that time. So he's very confident. If he wish to fire his boss, he can do so. No problem. Okay. Next, I'll show you this. This is Cynthia. Take a look at the year. COVID year, market good or no good, right? I'm currently sitting on some profitable short example, Stamcott. He got short got S, right? But he only give one example. He asking me trailing stop loss on Willie to capture big profit. I reply her, got it CK, thank you for the reply. Really great. I think your course last year got to experience the current market armed with useful knowledge and technique of trading. Very useful. Market good, no good, no good, no good, so happy. Really great. Got a sister to come attend our workshop. Yeah. Now she's not alone. This is Sarah one. On a very personal note, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to you for putting yourself out there, helping people break through. In my 2 months in the broking firm, which I block out, I make 70,000. Take a look at the last statement. I never felt this gratified. I never used this approach in the past. She's a fund manager. She quit the job to become a prop trader at this broking firm, which I block off. In the 2 months using my strategy, he makes 70,000. I'm very happy for her. Of course, fund manager don't use my approach, okay? Because the language they don't understand. Once you understand language, you just take it. Yeah, because it's very difficult. You see those people on television, they must say something very interesting. If I go on television, I have nothing to say, man. Because I say those things, people won't agree, man. I tell them not important, but they don't believe. So this is what the mainstream, all right. You can't help it. It's self-perpetuating, man. Okay, so I'm very happy for Sarah. Quit a job to become traders, and in 2 months, 70,000. Now all these students are able to do this even in a lousy market. I always tell my student, bull market, you're happy. Bear market, you're equally happy. Your friend don't understand why you're so happy on it. Seriously. Like for example, during the recent sell down, Donald Trump effect, early April. Do you make money shorting? A lot of people don't know. They just too fearful. You must make a commitment to overcome that. Bull market happy, bear market equally happy. Now all these people are able to achieve this because of this Mastering Explosive Swing program. Let me just quickly run through. In this program, you'll capture short-term explosive move, ride the leader for outside gain. This is cash flow, this is capital growth. We achieve this through market leader. I call it the champion stock. So the champion stock allow you to do these two things. Now, in the program itself, I'm going to teach you how to find the champion stock, too long and too short. A lot of people don't believe that. Can short one make? Can. Look at Tencent. Tencent was it a leader? Then it collapsed, you short law. Alright? Look at Costco. I short Costco during that time, I short it all the way down. Okay? Time is just right, not too early, not too late. Because timing can affect your psychology. Trade setup. I'm going to teach you the setup pattern. If you know the setup, you know the breakout. Okay? There are 4 of them. 3 critical number you must know before you enter position. Because if you don't have this number, you're likely to be gambling. Very serious. How to ride the champion stock for outside gain. So this is for mid-term investing on the weekly chart. You can ride it through like Centurion, more than 1 year already. Now, it's comprehensive system because we capture major and short-term explosive move. It's practical, easy. I make it very practical. Don't need all the theory. Require some time. You need to commit some time to hone your skill. Right? I'm going to do a demo. Now, can you see? Right now, I'm using a charting software. Okay, this charting software is called MetaStocks. Alright, this it's called Share Investors Station. Share Investors Station belongs to Share Investor, the company that organized REIT Symposium. Anybody attend the REIT Symposium? And previously InvestFair, they are the organizer. This is the charting software. So I put my stuff inside there. So these are the markets: Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, US. Okay. Now, what I do is that I go to Singapore, let's say Singapore Asia Charts folder, look for this swing. Swing your 4 reports. You got daily and weekly. All right, short, medium term, and long term. So let's click this one here. So this is the report I received today. Now let's take a look at the date. The date is 1st June. All right, 1st July. Okay, they have not updated yet. Now I have the answer here. Okay, these are the stock I'm interested in. Now over here I have alert price. Alert price is the price when it break trigger I'm going to buy. I give you a very obvious example so you can understand. Let's take a look at this stock called Franken. All right, so this is Franken. Now, Franken itself have an alert price 129. What does it mean? It means that if the stock were to actually break 129, I'm going to buy. So when going to break, I do not know, but I know today is Wednesday, right? Maybe break tomorrow, maybe next Monday, but I can plan now. You understand? So if you know the answer beforehand, are you very stressed? How can you be stressed? All right. Now let's take a look at another example. Let's say, for example, WeHe. All right. So this is WeHe. So if you take a look at WeHe, alert price is 128. So 128. So where is 128? 128 is right here. I move it up here. 1928. All right. Sorry, this one here. Read wrongly. WeHe 49 cent. Okay, 49 cent. 49 cent is right here. So I know the answer right now. Okay, I know the answer right now. 49 cent. So if I know the answer beforehand, are you stressed? How can you be stressed? Now, let me give you a recent example so you can understand. Now, can somebody tell me year to date, right, which is the best performing stock? Give me a bundle of the top 6. Can you tell me which is the year to date best performing stock? This year lah. Okay, to spare you the agony, one of the best performing stock is this one. Yes, Yang Zijiang Finance. Okay, Yang Zijiang Finance. Take a look at the report. This is February 7. Okay, February 7, we have the answer, Yang Zijiang Finance, 48 cents. So we know, on when? 7 Feb. 7 Feb. Remember, 7 Feb. So I know the answer on the 7th of Feb, Yang Zijiang 48 cents. Huh? Okay, Yan Zijiang Finance. Let me just open it up. Now remember 7. This is 10. 7 is here. This bar here. Okay, this bar here. 7 and it is 48 cents. So let me just draw this thing. Alright, so remember 48 cents and this date is 7th of Feb. So I know the answer at that time is 48 cents, 7th of Feb, 48 cents. When it break, I'm going to actually buy. Let me just show you the report again. So remember, I know the answer 7th of February, Yang Zijiang Finance is 48 cents. So this bar here is 7th of Feb. You can see the date in a yellow box below. This is 7th of Feb. I know the answer is 48 cents. Next day, it broke out already. Alright, so I know the answer 1 day in advance. Let's continue. Now, this is 27th of Feb, end of Feb. Yang Zijiang is detected again. And the price is 58 cents. So remember 27 Feb 58. So where is 27? 27 is here. And 58 cents is here. So let me just draw this for you. So I know the answer on the 27, which is this black color, to buy when it breaks 58 cents. And it did happen the next day. So in all these cases, I know the answer beforehand. Now, to help you to appreciate a little bit better, I actually created a template. So I just plot the template. Alright. So every time there is a breakout, it'll give you an arrow. So you can see here, 27, next day breakout, there's an arrow. So you notice you have many breakout before. So you actually run the course and here nothing to do with us. Right now you're starting on the new phase. But here you waste time, 3 months, 2 months, 3 months. Alright, so we write this cycle. Alright, all the way up. Okay, important, I know the answer beforehand. Okay, now we know that STI has gone up, am I right? We know that STI has gone up. Alright, we know that STI has gone up. STI was struggling for a long while like this. Can you see that? Struggle for a long while. And finally, it actually break out and run. Can you see that? And that happened last year. And it was driven by banks, which mentioned. Did you all trade the banks? Okay, now, just now I was actually mentioned about Yang Zijiang. Okay, in case you think that's all we have, no. I'd like to actually show you. This is our website. You go to the member, you come to this portion here. Okay, so let me just show you this and I will show you what happened to STI. So every week I do video for my student. Now 6th of February I did a video for my student. Okay, so this is what happened. Yang Zijiang. Despite the stock actually making new high, but it's sluggish. You can see again the series of overlapping bar. So again, we'd like to just observe, perhaps wait for the consolidation to be complete and take out this high here of 314. Now the better bet right now is actually Yang Zijiang Finance. So remember, the better bet is Yang Zijiang Finance. This is early February. Okay, notice actually very nice run up with bullish gap and through a series of sideways bar. And this is a contraction setup. Bar high here is 48 cents. So very clear. I mentioned in the video on the 6th of February, 48 cents. And I also show you the report just now. On the 7th of February, Yang Zijiang is 48 cents. And subsequently, what happened? The stock actually broke out. Am I right? The stock actually broke out. All right, the stock subsequently actually broke out 48 cents. All right, on the 10th of February, it actually broke out. So we have the answer, and I use the videos to guide the students. Okay, now let me just show you further. I did the same thing again. On the 27th of February, I did the same thing again on the 27th of February. Yang Zhejiang Finance mentioned previously that the better bet is actually Yang Zhejiang Finance as compared to Yang Zhejiang. Very nice run up followed by pullback, contraction, breakout, and make successive high. And at this point in time here, we have a small deeper setup. Bar high here is at 58 cents. 58 cents. And remember, the black color bar is exactly this. This. And 58 cents is right here. And is also reflected in the report. Yang Zhejiang Finance, 27 February, 58 cents. All right. So this is how I help the student to reinforce the thinking. And remember, we know the answer beforehand. It is not aga-aga. It's no. Now I show you what bring the STI all the way up is driven by the bank stock. Now you know. Am I right? Now you know. Last year, March 2024, do you know? Last year, do you know that the bank is going to run? Let me show you. Back, look for setup, and eventually look for a break below this low here, which is a 686. Let's take a look at the three bank stocks. Mentioned previously that actually the three bank stock actually map out very obvious consolidation patterns. It is quite evident to look at weekly. On the daily charts, it's probably quite messy. All right, so take a look at the weekly charts. So this is what happened. Now, after this extend break, there's a pullback. Look for decisive break above this high here, 34.26. And any of these break must be accompanied. Remember, break this bar, black color bar. I mentioned, when I mentioned 7 March 2024. Not now. Now everybody clever already. This is DBS. I'm going to show you where I told the student. Okay, it's right here. The black color bar is this bar here. And it broke with volume. Can you see this? And the stock rally from here. All right, rally from all the way up. And that is a $10 move. More than $10 move, no? So you buy 3 lots, how much is that? 30,000 okay? So, but my timing is important. Don't buy too early, waste of time. We buy here. All right? And you didn't stop there in case you say, oh, this one may be too expensive. No problem. OCBC. OCBC. Again, you map out a consolidation patterns. All right, look for decisive break above this high here, which is at 1345. Take a look at this pattern again. Here. And it run. And I told the student. So it's not high side. High side all very clever, right? Now, I'd like to show you, all right, something more recent now. Something more recent. Then you tell yourself, this is 2025, correct? Now, right? This is 19, 19, 2 weeks ago, okay? 19, turn our attention to our local markets. Now we'll be discussing Centurion for quite some time. This stock has been trading since last year. Over the last two sessions, we see two inside bar. This is a contraction setup. Bar high here is at 157. 157. To break 157. 19th of June, I said 157. What's the price now? 169, almost 170. And I mentioned that on 2 weeks earlier. This is the setup. 157, break, run. Okay? So I mentioned that to the student. A lot of people too fearful. Let me just zoom in for you to see. So high can buy, meh? Anybody wondering? Now, let's continue. 2 weeks ago only. Bank United. Today we see a long-dated doji on increased volume. There's sign of uncertainty, likely to pull back. During the pullback, we can look for setup. Eventually take out this high here of 80 cents. 80 cents. Okay. So that's Bank United. Bank United. 80 cents. Let me open up. Okay. So this is a setup. 80 cents. It run up. Okay, so you want to find strong stock, not mediocre stock. Let's continue. Hong Leong Asia. Hong Leong Asia have a very nice break after a pullback below the resistance. Follow through with a wide range bar, which is good. And today we see an inside day. And these inside days are fairly large, but the consolidation is actually low volume. So it does indicate some nervous selling. We like to look for setup and look for eventual break above the high of 138. Clear, 138, Hong Leong Asia. $138. Right now is 161. This happened 2 weeks ago. Last week I also did a video. Alright? But I want to actually show you so that you can appreciate and understand. Last week is 26th of June, and I did a posting. I told the student what to look out for. And this is what I mentioned to the student at 0438, Bank United. Look for the break. And he break and he followed through. And I told the student what happened. Okay? And this one here. Alright. I mentioned STI broke with bullish gap. Tell them to watch out. STI is strong. Now, I'd like to actually take this time now, in the interest of time. This is what happens. You can see S&P 500 US. Same thing, the report here. And these are the stock that is detected. And we are interested. So it doesn't really matter as long as you know what you are doing and we trade what we see. A lot of people have too many opinions. They only trade stock they like to see. So you can see stock like Costco rallied. Alright, see or not? So these are the stock that I have set up right now. Alright, take a look at the breakout arrow. So these are the stocks that we are interested. Okay. Look at this. This is your Meta platform. Stock rallied and we are interested. Right now there's a setup. This is called a small dipper. NVIDIA also have. Alright. So we don't buy too early. In this case here we have also a small dipper setup. So we know. Now here, Amphenol. A lot of people do not know stock like this. This stock, see the way it performs a lot better, easier. But a lot of people never heard of this stock, also never trade. Alright, so you must be able to find very solid stock, alright, to actually take advantage of it. And bank stocks are running. Alright, Walt Disney are also running. Goldman Sachs, can you see that? You must know which bank stock, no, not any bank stock. Can you see that? Oh, very nice breakout, and notice there's a bullish gap, and right now there is a setup. It'll take some time, alright, maybe move sideways, but it's okay. So these are much stronger than Citigroup, much stronger than JP Morgan. But they are strong, but this is strongest. Okay? Now, in the interest of time, I want to quickly actually go back Just like I mentioned, during COVID, we have one stock rally 1,600%. Can somebody tell me what is the name of the stocks in Singapore? Start with M1. Can somebody tell me? Start with M1. Medical stock that rallied during COVID. Can somebody tell me? Thank you. Mentec, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Thank you for responding. Now, it's not hindsight. This is why I coach my student. 17th of June, 2020. Not
Now, Mentec
hindsight.
had quite similar patterns as Riverstone's run-ups, and right now it's just hugging below the resistance level. Like to see break above the high here of 29 cent.
Very clear. 29 cent was the alert which I showed you just now. I asked you to take photo. Not hindsight. This is what we do. And this move is 200%. The stock has total 4 setup. After that, it went down for a couple of weeks. 30th July 2020.
Let's take a look at Mentec. This is by far the best performing stock this year in terms of percentage gain. Notice this is what I mean by a sharp collapse in price, and usually tend to trade sideways, very much like what we have seen here. Right, but right now it's actually attempting at this resistance here. If you can pull back from here, that'll be good, and eventually take it a short at this recent high here of 965.
Very clear. 965. And this is what? 7 August before National Day.
Mentec, this stock has run ahead and is experiencing pullback the last 2 sessions. Again, it will be good if you can just trade sideways closer to daylight and eventually look for a break on the upside above the high of 105. Important if you can stay above $1, which is a psychological resistance.
So I explained the reason why certain thing. This is how the stock actually traded. And we always have the answer in advance that give you confidence. 100%. So the total force setup on the entire run 1,600%. And this stock is gone already. Never fall in love with stocks. Alright, never fall in love with stocks. So you can see, we know the answer beforehand. This is called expectation investing, and the screener give us the result. And then I do the video every week, and I also do the follow-up postings. So you can see why so many of students are so happy. In fact, one of the students posted in the forum, he called it the 4D video. I said, this is not 4D, this is for you to learn. You must see what I see. If you don't see, you ask me, I'll explain. He said, CK, but every week I make money. So it's like strike 4D. Now, I'm very happy for this student, because what happened was that 2 years later, he actually sent me a message. He said, CK, I'm financially free. I said, what do you mean? He sent me a text messages. He enclosed the result for me. This is his, what do you call that? The statement. He makes 745,000. 745,000. And to him, that is good enough. Why? Because he's single, no married, no girlfriend, no car, stay with the mother. 700,000 good enough for him. All right. He quit his full-time job. He was a teacher to provide tuition on the side and trade more actively. And I was just very happy for him. Now let's take a look at some of the feedback from the students, other students. This is Yo Boon Huat. Used to work for HP, after that run his own business. I wish I come 10 years ago, pay CK 3 times the tuition. Why want to pay me so much? If you can save 10 years and make 100 times for the market, why not? You understand? The value is there. Let's continue. Now I purposely highlight Olive because Olive is a retiree. Must attend, not 1, 2, 3 exclamation. No regret coming, very grateful, very thankful. And these are the words that inspire me to help my student more. Now, this is Lee Chun Long, and Lee Chun Long said, I wish I come in earlier. Those younger than me, you should come. Those saying, actually, no excuse, don't come. Those older than me, I don't know why you don't come. I'm 21 years old. Anybody here younger than 21? Don't have? I don't know why you still don't come. To him, this is no-brainer, must attend one. Cannot negotiate one, according to him. Now, this guy is very young, and some people may say this is a greenhorn, I know nothing. All right, you could be in the market for decades. Now, let's take a look at this gentleman. His name is William Mok. William Mok is a prop trader. What's a prop trader? Prop trader, proprietary trader, is a professional trader in the broking firm. They trade with no commission. One tick, they make money. So they built very big position. One thing, they already make money, but they share profit with a house. Now, this guy has been a prop trader for 17 years before he attended my workshop. After attending workshop, he wrote this, must attend. Now, if my program is good enough for a professional, is it good enough for you? I'm sure it does. Now, let's take a look at this gentleman. Look at the face. Is he a local or foreigner? If you look at face, this is an Amor, is a foreigner. Now, this is American. His name is Sean Ring. Sean Ring happened to be a chartered financial analyst trainer. Before that, he was vice president Credit Suisse. Now, if you want to be an analyst, you need this qualification, and he happens to be the trainer to teach you to pass exam. And Sean Ring attended my workshop. After attending the workshop, he wrote this. I wish I was taught 10 years ago. I said, my God, this come from a CFA trainer, and this come from an expert for the industry, and he said he was late by 10 years. Isn't that serious? He also gave me a impression CFA cannot make money, no. Because I didn't say, it is the trainer who said that. Okay, now a lot of people say we must attend the Amor class. No, the Amor attend my class. This is not the only Amor. There's a Norwegian here, this is a French, and this is British. 4 Amor in this class. Let's continue. Now, most participants after attending, they all have regretted not coming to the course earlier. Every batch got students say the same thing. And regret is very painful. And the last one is a reminder. Look at it, the reminder scream. How frustrating it can be if you can save all the headache earlier. Yes, this is a reminder. Now, a lot of people attend the seminar, webinar, they give you money back guarantee, right? I don't like to do such thing because how to guarantee you if you don't even look at don't do your homework and don't look at the chart? How to guarantee? How to guarantee if you don't even look in and watch the video? How to guarantee? These are sales gimmick and I don't like to do that. But I give you a different kind of guarantee. I guarantee after you finish the workshop, you'll regret not coming earlier. And I'm very confident about that because a lot of students say the same thing. Mastering explosive swing, your investment is $2,398. If you think about it, now remember this thing come, all right, with a warranty. Now this is $200 a month if you think about it. $200 a month. 200 that cannot be too much to invest in your own success, right? Cannot be, right? How much you put in the market? Few $100,000, no. $200 a month cannot be too much, right? Isn't it? And remember, this is cheaper than your children's tuition fees. This is still cheaper than the school bus, isn't it? Yeah. If you think a bit deeper, right? It's a meal a day. A meal a day to invest your own success. How can it be too much, right? Is it correct? So remember your investment $2,398 and it comes with a guarantee. Regret not attending earlier. Good or great, all designed to help you. Now take note of these 3 dates. 27 August, 29, 30th. These 3 days will totally change the way you see the market. First day, we're going to do foundational. I'm going to teach you cycle analysis. We're going to teach you the characteristic of a running market, characteristic of a sideways market. You must understand. Because if you don't understand the market that is sideways, it's very difficult for you to actually appreciate the running market. All right, so a lot of people avoid one. You must understand. Okay? Online, yes, it's online. It's virtual. Later I explain to you. Then on the second day itself, we're going to teach you the setup. There are 4 setup patterns. If you know the setup, you know the breakout. A lot of people too worried. They dare not buy high one. From here onwards, you will begin to understand why certain things we do. All right, give you better chance. On the last day, which is going to be a full day, I'm going to teach you how to manage your position. There is no point having a strong stock but don't know what to do. And nowadays, if you have a couple of stocks, you can rank one. Just now I give you a very simple example. Yang Zijiang Finance is better than Yang Zijiang. I say it's a better bet. Why? There is reason we will do this. DBS is better than UOB and OCBC. Why? Because of this. I'm going to teach you this. All right. Now, it's going to be a virtual because based on survey conducted by Cybercode, 70% of the people prefer an online workshop. And this online workshop is not going to be a webinar fashion. It's going to be meeting. You unmute and ask questions. Is it okay? Let's continue. All this is to make your portfolio magical. All right. The platform not important. You can use any platform. If you need help, then you can approach Cybercode. They'll be able to recommend. So remember, the platform is not important. It's your strategy. Do you know how to approach? It's not the platform. You can use any platform. Philips Security, OCBC, Kim Eng, CFD also can. CMC, IG Market, Saxo, no problem. All right, Momo or Tiger Broker, no problem. Any of this is okay one. Okay. So the whole idea is to make your portfolio magical, not a hole in your portfolio anymore. You want to fill it up and build it up. Okay. Now at this juncture, some people will say, but CK, so many educators out there. I also don't know whether it's not suitable. I also don't know your support. I can understand. I can only show you what the past participant has said. Now here, this is Jervis Lau, 2014, 10 years ago. So this is not fly by night company, and especially with Cyberco Philips Security. Now here, the only course in Singapore they provide so much support to make sure you get back your course. The only course. This person attended many courses, otherwise he cannot compare. The only course. Take a look. The arrow at the time he mentioned it is monthly coaching and his debrief. He told us a lot of times, set triple alert, must monitor, then trigger alert, really just follow setup and just buy in. Really thankful to have followed Asia charts and learn from CK. So notice this is exactly what I showed you just now with Yang Zhejiang Finance. All right, and this is exactly what I showed you just now with the other stock like Centurion. And that is 2 weeks ago in the video. And last week I talked about Penn United. So all those things I repeat and repeat to make sure you get it. All right. Fast forward. This is Zentan. Although I attended other courses elsewhere, CK is the only one that provides some good support after course. Only one. Kudos to his delegation all these years. Just referring to the support we provide, the video I do every week. I got hired as a trader with a profit, and this really, really happy for him. Why? Whatever I thought he got commercial value, he got higher, no. As a prop trader, no. Really grateful. Again, these are the words that inspire me. Even as I tell you right now, I still feel the energy, All right. The chill, that these students are able to make it and become professional traders. Fast forward. This is Jimmy Yap. I won first Money Mind Channel News Asia Stock Challenge. Thanks CK course. This one cannot bluff. My student take it from a television screen and send it to me. This is my student. He said, I'm wondering whether I could meet up. He insists on meeting up and buying me lunch. And I'm very happy for him. But nobody say better than the recent batch of students. His name is Ng Yao Te. A must attend course, even borrow money from loan shark to attend. According to Mr. This is non-negotiable. According to Mr. This is must attend course. Even you have to borrow money. Now Mr. is rich. He just uses this to emphasize. He came with a why pay for both. Now all these students has in the past made a simple decision. They have decided to be successful, the 5%. They decided to be the 5% that do not gamble. They decided to be the 5% that win. Now, in order to win the race, you have to start the race. But you don't have to be great to start. You need to start to be great. And all you need to do today is to decide that you want to be successful. Because if you don't decide, nothing happens. But once you decide, wow, you become energized. Your mind becomes very clear. You know what you want. And everything seems to align to support you. You experience the inner stillness. And everything literally aligned to support you. Now remember, the investment, 2,398. Today, you don't need to pay this. As I mentioned, if you decide, everything aligned to support you. I have very good news for you. Our course has been approved by IBF. It is accredited. What does it mean? It means you got sponsorship. If you are a Singapore citizen below 40 or PR, you got 50% sponsorship. You pay half price plus GST, 1,298. 2 years ago, the student paid 2,004. No, all those I mentioned just now, they all pay full price, 2,004. But right now, you pay half price plus GST. Now, if you are Singapore citizen above 40, you got more sponsorship, 70%. You only pay 858. Good or great? It's only a small little fraction. Now, it didn't stop there. If you still have the opening credit for your skill future and the top up for your skill futures, you still have that not used, you can use it to pay. So in this case, you pay 298. In this case, you pay nothing. Remember, the open credit and the top up credit will expire end of this year. Use it. Good or great? All designed to help you. With government help someone. All you need to do is just scan this QR code or click on the link that is now posted by Cybercode. There is this link here on the Cybercode. All right, click on this link. All right, you'll bring to the registration page. Let me show you like this. Very straightforward. There's only one date to select. Select the August one. Fill your name, email, citizen, Singapore or PR. NRIC, very important government money. They need to verify contact number, date of birth. They need to verify the age. Very simple form. And then right to the bottom, if you are using SkillsFuture, click SkillsFuture and click Submit. That's all. You will receive an auto-generated email from Cybercode with the registration from Encore. This one is for you to submit to SkillsFuture. But no worry. Don't understand SkillsFuture how to submit? No worry. Call Cybercode. Later I'll give you the contact. They will help you. Huh? No worry. But important thing, click this thing and then click Submit. Okay? Now let's assume that you're supposed to pay 858. You're above 40. 858. You're supposed to pay this. Your SkillsFuture credit, you got 1,000. No issue. Pay 0. But let's assume you don't have. Alright, let's assume you're supposed to pay 858. Okay, your SkillsFuture credit, you got 500. Because you use up 500 already out of that 1,000. Your balance, 358. 358, you have to pay cash. Okay, so you use SkillsFuture 500, cash 358. So what do? You come back to this form, don't need to fill, you just use the link here. Any of this link, please, MasterCard, PayNow, PayLah. All right, there's this link. Use the link provided there. Click the link and then you pay the 358. Is it okay? Now, meanwhile, any question you can post. I will try my best to answer your question. Remember, this is a rare opportunity. It's not likely to come back because government gradually will remove the subsidies. Is it okay? I just pause here. Thank you, Celia. I just pause here for a moment for you to take advantage, complete the form. Remember when I first started the time, no such things, I pay everything myself. And right now, government is helping you. I said, my God, I never heard of this before. So don't wait because end of the year, your SkillsFuture cannot use already. Only day in August. Yes, this is the only date because we just finished one course over the last weekend. Okay, important thing is take advantage of this now before it is removed. Okay, over time, the sponsorship will reduce, no? Okay, and then of course, end of the year, your SkillsFuture cannot use. Okay, so Mr. Lee, it's important for you to make arrangement. All right. Can your strategy apply to other asset class? Yes, you can do it on Bitcoin. You can do it on Forex. The only thing in Forex, no volume. So you got to use some platform with volume. You can do it on futures. All right. I do it myself. I trade Hang Seng futures on 2-minute charts. All right, but I don't encourage you to do that. If you are not familiar with 2-minute chart trading or 2-minute chart, then don't do that. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, I 1,000 STS, so don't need to pay. You are right. You're right. If you got the 1,000, they call it the open credit, and the top up 1,000. You've used that, don't need to pay. All right, don't need to pay. Okay. Cautious. How do you know when to sell based on your example? I will teach you. All right, in the workshop, you'll be taught how to actually sell. There are different methods of selling. No, I just want to post something like this so that you can understand a little bit. Take a look at my posting here. This posting, today, 8:30, before market open, I mentioned the stock follow through. Before that, I'll do this posting. This is Pan United. In the video, I mentioned about this stock breakout. All right, I mentioned in the video 4 minute 35. I told them to actually look at this stock breakout. Never mind, it followed through. It followed through. So I post this thing, I draw a trend line, sharp deviation from trend line. Need to be more guarded. All right, need to be more guarded. Now let's take a look. can you see that it start to pull back? So you must watch already. Can you see it so happened that it pulled back today. All right. So this is what I'm trying to say. See, this is a breakout arrow, and it was the last breakout. And I told the student about it. So these are the things we plan ahead. You understand? We plan ahead. And just now in the PowerPoint, I also show you example. For example, Sembcorp, I told you, all right, high volume resistance for Bestworld, we sell. So these are the things I'll be teaching. Unable to attend 30th August. The next one will be a few months from now, at least 2 months from now. So Wing Ki Soon, right? If you can attend the August one, if you can, because we do not know when they're going to remove the subsidies. May reduce slightly or whatever. So if you can, because right now, after August itself, it's probably November or things like that. Just take note of that. Let me just fresh the date. Cost date 129. All right. So if you can, make some arrangement, because this is not easy to come by. Let me see whether I can show you something. This is what I told my student to help you to understand. I did a posting somewhere else. This is chit-chat. Chit-chat, everybody can read one. Can you see this? This is REC International. And I told the students, there is this very obvious resistance at 20, 20 and a half. And this resistance, this gap here. And there's high volume resistance some more. So a lot of things go together. Very important. This is recent. Recent run up, right? See the arrow breakup. This is where we trade. Here. Where to take profit? Here. And I mentioned there's this gap here. Very critical one. All right. And this stock right now like that, gone already. So we write this move. This one easily you make 6,000 100 lot. All right. 100 lot, not much, right? 100 lot for a stock that is 14 cents. So you notice just now I show you the posting. So that's why is to give you an idea. All right. The student will also know. Okay. Now the common question people ask, all right, is like, there are also many educators out there. So what's the difference? Is it the same thing? I'd like to actually show you what my student actually mentioned now. This is Peter Boo. Finally, a teacher that teaches how to enter and exit. Can you see now? Exit. And the word is finally. What do you mean? He had been hunting around for a long while already. Finally found a teacher. Something not taught at other training center. Now, I don't know what other people do. I also don't care. I just do my own stuff. Finally, not found in other center, And he wrote this, I take a real guru to share his training technique. Real guru. So a lot of bluff guru out there. According to him, I didn't say that. Okay. Now I have students who actually did this. This is also recent one. And if you take a look, I mentioned before, every batch of people say the same thing. Which I attend 10 years earlier. This is 2-1. And start investing trading journey with CK. So don't regret. And there was this particular student who wrote this. This is Wu Tian Seng. This is not found in many seminar webinars I've attended. Trainer give new meaning and insight to things that we learned in the past which may not be correct. And that's very serious. Okay, so what happened was that Mr. Lee, After the workshops, you are given access to this forum. All right, so students have access to this forum. So this one is extended to you because those people who pay full price, all the while I have this for them one. So I'm just extending to you so you can watch the video. All right, every week I do the video. If you don't understand, you ask question. All right. So usually people ask question either here or they ask it in the cafe here, chit chat. So you can ask anything under the sun. So I will do the posting. So people ask about Nasdaq. Some people ask Raffles, Nvidia, whatever. 10-year treasury yield I also post. All right. Also about currency pairs also, as long as the data, for example, ringgit. All right. So you have access. Then what happened was that you will also have this coaching. All right. So every 2 months, right? Except for end of the year, maybe they want to stretch a little bit more. Every 2 months there will be coaching session for 1 year to help you, to support you, to make sure you internalize what you learn. Okay. So this is what we actually help the student. And to me, I think the students say this pretty serious. The trainer gave new meaning and insight to the things we have learned in the past, which may not be correct. Very serious. Or what do you think? It's very serious. So these are the key difference. So I'm not just interested in just teaching you strategy. No, I want to make sure your mind has a shift. All right, so that you will do what you know. Because if you don't do what you know, it's the same as you don't know. Remember just how there was somebody was I was asking somebody whether they got problem by a high price. So I want to shift your focus, because if you don't shift, then you got problem. Don't focus on price, focus on the direction of price. You see? So I want to do that so that you will know why it's like that. Because if you don't, then you forever got stuck. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see, because I'm newbie. No problem. All right. The course is designed such that it's easy. Let me just share with you, huh? This is the student, Tan Kim Piao. Simple to understand. Highly recommend to all, even if you have no knowledge. So you notice, if you take a look just now, I share with you, right? With you notice there's no indicator, no. So a lot of people actually they feel very daunting if they see a lot of indicator. Don't have. I only look at bar only. My skill future 4,000, but still need to pay 1,000. Don't understand. So remember that your skill futures got this item called opening account 500 and then top up 500 1,000. The 4,005 is for career change. Are you pivoting to a new career? Right. So Ed, are you pivoting to a new career or you retire already? Right. No, right. You're not retired. Right? Are you pivoting to a new career? So if you're not pivoting to a new career, then the 4,005 cannot use one. You retire. So retire, the 4,005 doesn't apply to you. 4,005 is applying to people who want to change career, no? Right? Pivot to another career. And this course usually 6 months, got attachment, intern, whatever. So that one not suitable. Not suitable for retiree. Okay? So but then everybody have 1,000, remember that 1,000? So the 1,000 will expire end of this year. That one you can use. So what about if you still got the 1,000, then you don't need to pay because you already past 40 years, right? So don't need to pay. Let me just show you the diagram again. Let me show you the diagram again. 1, 3, 6. So remember this one here? Alright, so if you're above 40, Singapore citizen, you pay this FIA, right? But because you got skill future 1,000, so you don't need to pay. Oh, okay. I hope that explains. So you can, what do you call that? Complete this form, and then what you need to do is just click skill future and then click submit. I hope that explained to you. So you don't have to pay that 1,002, don't need. It's actually 0. You're using skill future. Yeah. So actually, it's okay. We go through the basic. I'd like to actually share with you so that you can understand a little bit better. Okay, this is experience from my students.
He actually offered a set of easy to understand, easy to follow rules. So basically, it's simple and safe.
This was what I wanted because it has a simple strategy.
It simplifies everything for you.
His techniques are quite accurate as well.
Simple and easy to understand strategies.
I find he has very precise entry and exit point. So you don't have to guess to make money, and then you just stick to the rules.
So that is what my students view as easy, because I simplify the process. A lot of things you don't need to bother so much there. All right. So when you look at the core thing, I always remember my professors that you must go back to first principle. Why the market move? Money is going to the market. All right. Why the market go down? Money is leaving. All right. Money from where? Institution, cheap money. So in an environment where there's cheap money, like now, when major central bank are cutting interest rate, they'll be flooded, economy flooded with cheap money. So you'll go to the market. All right. So eventually, when the market become very hot, interest rate hike, that is no good. Then the market go down. It's a cycle. No? So once you understand, you're wondering why you didn't know earlier. All right. Nothing to do with war. All right. And nothing to do with the economy. Economy is behind. Market is ahead. So people always do the opposite. All right. Economy is behind the market. Market is anticipatory in nature. It's always forward looking. Okay. So anybody has any more questions, please take these opportunities. All right. Later I'll give you the context. So complete this form and you click the submitting. Okay. You'll receive auto-generated email from Cybercode. Okay. Now, if you're not familiar how to actually do the submission, no worry. I'll give you the contact. Okay. Okay. Now, this is Cybercode editor and the host just now. He will guide you. This is his mobile phone. Okay. Contact him. If you wish to email, this is his email. You may want to take a picture of this. Now I'll show you something so that you can appreciate a little bit better. Just now I show you Centaurian. Am I right? Thank you. Thank you, Lee. Just now I show you Centaurian. No? Thank you, Ed. I show you Centaurian. I'd like to actually show you what happened. Take a look. A lot of people are too fearful. Take a look. This is Centaurian. I received the SMS, which is this one here. All right. And I know it's on 7th of May, and it triggered the next day, 8, which is here. I received another SMS, Centaurian 136, and I set it on the 26th May. I put that at 26th May. When it triggered, 27, right here. And you know yourself, this stock has went ahead already. Am I right? Now, it started when? High side, all very clever one. Am I right? But we are not interested in high side. High side, all very clever, but no use, isn't it? Fourth of May last year. Take a look. 4th of May last year. Last year, this is 25. Centaurian. Again, this stock has already run up quite significantly and now experiencing pullback. Notice today volume is actually very low. Again, the best it can create sideways, consolidate, and look for eventual break on the upside. Remember this alert, you know the answer before, you set your own alert on your platform. Centaurian right now is, could be a better bet. Very strong upward move here, 4 in a row, followed by pullback on lower volume. Contraction setup, bar high here is at 56 cents. Again, if you can trade sideways closer or daylight, that provides us better odds. June 27, Centurion. Today trade a wide range bar. Small deeper setup, bar high here is at 60 cents. August, Centurion. Very nice break with a gap, pullback, small dippers, but unfortunately the breakout is not very convincing. So we'd like to actually see eventually move up above this level here of 675, above 675 convincingly. October. Let's look at some of the small cap stock we'll be discussing. This is Centurion. Now this stock is already over its standards, and right now we're experiencing pullback. And if you can just consolidate, it'll be better because it's just non-sustaining. After the consolidation, look for the break above the high here of 80 cents. November. Let's look at the strong stocks, the obvious strong stock. This is Centurion. You have been actually trading very gently upwards. If you notice along the way, we do see a bit of retracement, and this is another retracement. We'd like to see eventually a follow through. Last two bar has been quite healthy. Notice the increased volume. Eventually take out this high here at about 865. Remember, this is last year. You don't have to wait until now. And now, I just show you an alert, right? 2 weeks ago. Okay? So all these things, we are here to teach you know how to find those answers. Remember, I just mentioned, if you know the answer beforehand, what can you do? You can find a reminder. If you work with a reminder, if it breaks a certain price, buy 20 lot for me. You can use stop limit order on your trading platform. You can set alert. So all these alert, I set myself manually one. Why? Because I know the answer beforehand. So if I know the answer beforehand, I can do my own stuff. You understand? Likewise for you. If you know the answer beforehand, now what happened was that we actually make sure that eventually you know how to actually trade those stocks, how to find the answer. That is more important. Okay? Because you want to have the skill. That is important. To know how to actually trade well. So we also provide you with support to make sure that you know how to actually find those stocks, how to manage your position. So remember, it's a skill set, no? It's a skill set. Is that okay? Anybody else has any more questions? We will hold for another couple of minutes before we close. Right now it's already 9:30. Okay, I sign up. Okay, so Lee, I look forward to seeing you. Likewise, Ed. Like many of our students, all right, once they know, they are telling themselves why they didn't know earlier. It's very normal. Okay, the important thing is your own commitment because you want to acquire that skill. And right now, government is helping you. This is something I never imagined will happen. Because if you ask all the old timer, they have to pay themselves to learn one, and most of them pay very heavy price. We learn from the Americans, we travels, that kind of thing. It's not cheap. And incidentally, this program got foreigner. The foreigner pay full price. This program got foreigner, no. Alright, you got Malaysia, no? Malaysia, of course, no subsidy, nothing, right? PR also, they pay part of it. Alright, we have Hong Kong students. We have, this is most unusual, UK student. UK. Surprised me because the time zone so different. Okay. So we still got people in the room, so you may want to take this opportunity to answer, to ask any burning question you have. Anybody? Anything you wish me to clarify? So again, take note of this. I will show you the contact again. Any contact. In fact, the contact is also posted there, but I'll just show you again. Okay. Anybody here's not too sure? Want me to clarify, or why do you think this course is important? In fact, when I started in 1998, this is what I discovered, a couple of things, and that disappoint me. All right. Let me just share with you. This is what I discovered. This is MESA. MESA is for people who are very intelligent, the IQ very high. Now, at that time when they tracked MESA, MESA has an investment club. Over the 15-year period, S&P 500 15% return. MESA has an investment club. What do you think is the return like? Remember, top 1% of the people, no, IQ very high. So what about they invest for their own club, right? The return is very pathetic, 2.5. So straight away, you know, nothing to do intelligent. All right, so this is something I discovered. Now, subsequently, I also discovered something like this. This is Mark Douglas, synonymous to expert in trading psychology. The largest group of consistent loser is composed primarily of doctor, lawyer, engineer, scientist, CEO, wealthy, retired entrepreneur. Think about it. It's a very serious statement. The largest group of consistent loser are the people who are very intelligent. So that is the reason why in 1998, when I rediscovered this, I said, oh my God, I should have known that earlier. So it has nothing to do with intelligence. It doesn't mean you mark a lot of books, you become very good. You then realize that market is very unusual. You have seen the chart, but you have not seen the hidden message. Is it correct? Chart everybody see before, but you have not seen the hidden message. So once you realize, then you're like many other students say, I should have known earlier. I should have known earlier. So this is what happened. Once you know earlier, then you have more, you will then be able to appreciate. And I can tell you, some of my students, I rarely contact one. There's one particular one I just want to share with you. That was quite some years back. Name is Jay, and that is 2017. Hi Jay, heard about a job card at SPH. Hope everything is well with you. This fellow worked for SPH. And at that time, there's some paper advertisement I gave him to help me. So that's why I contact him. All right, so I got his telephone number. Thanks for your concern. I'm good for now. I know I can always trade for a living. Thanks for coaching me. I can always trade for a living. Great to hear that. Take care. Thank you. You have taught me well. I have a tools to keep me alive. These are the real value. All right, but of course, this person put in effort and learn it properly. So it's possible. So I'm very happy for him. No, not this right. Now remember, I hope you all can understand. This is IBF course. This is not some private course. This is IBF course. So we got strict requirement, we got stringent requirement. Hope you all understand that. Okay? So that's why it's important that you all attend the 3 days and camera on, because government money, they make sure that you all learn it. So we cannot deviate their requirements. I hope you understand. Donate. So what happened was that, so Wayne Kisun. So what happened was that you can use any charting software. Yeah, it so happened that I'm using this charting software. This belongs to Share Investor. All right. So you can use this charting software. You can use any charting software, because basically there's no indicator. I just do this only. Plus moving average, that's all. And all charting software got moving average one. So there's no issue. So every charting software will have the moving average. So you can use any charting software. Okay. I'm going to teach you on the second day the setup, and you will know the price. No, it's not aga-aga. You know the price. You know where to put your stop loss. Okay. You will know one. Okay, because I make sure you know, draw the line, you know where to put your stop loss, where to enter. No? Okay, so you can use any charting software. But of course, if you prefer to use this one, no problem. All right, then of course this one you need to subscribe separately. But I'm not here to promoting this software. All right, so this software you need to subscribe. It's only $360 $30 only a month. All right. In fact, you cannot find anything that is $360. I want to be very frank. You go and ask, all chatting software is more than that, but this one we do it as a service. All right. Remember, you don't need to use this chatting software, but if you want to because it's convenient, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Any more last thing before we close the meeting? So maybe you hang in for another 1-2 minutes. So if not, then we will probably close the meeting in another minute. Now it's already 9:30. 1 minute. All right. At 9:40 we'll close. So if you still have something that is not addressed, take this opportunity now. And if subsequently you need to contact Andy, I just post again the contact. Remember, it must happen in your mind before it can happen in your life. But nothing happens unless you take action. And right now is the best time. Why? With government help. So there is no risk. The risk is taken care by the government. You don't have to pay. Alright? So I look forward to seeing you all in our coming workshops. This is a rare opportunity. Don't miss it because eventually you'll be removed. So if there's no further questions, I will take my leave. Thank you for participating. Look forward to seeing you.